everything was shut down. Remember, there was because TSSAA had not canceled events yet.
I know, and I was going at them.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. And obviously, eventually that happened. But I remember I was massive. I was so pregnant.
You were like 11 months pregnant?
Yes.
At that point. And
I was like struggling to even sit down anywhere.
Yeah, we were talking with the guys about that day, and they were like, yeah, we got a couch and brought it in for Dawn. Which is true.
11 months pregnant.
11 months pregnant. So Barrels and Brews in Franklin on Highway 96. It's the old Shoney's location. I told Kirby, I was like, man, I've had the breakfast buffet right over there.
It looks very different now.
And now I'm going to buy bourbon, and I'm going to buy tequila.
Yes. Aren't they doing some samplings and stuff if you're interested?
Yes. Samplings are going on as we speak. So it's around the corner from us, so I'll just keep them out of sight so we can do, a sober broadcast. Probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
But we'd love to see you out here. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. The other thing about this is when you come see us, a couple of things. So if you go home from work at the end of the day and you go down 65 and you go south of Franklin, you understand what the traffic situation is like.
Oh,
don't sit in that.
It's such a pain.
Get off, come in here, see the new Barrels and Brews location.
Say hi.
Say hi to us and get your name in the box.
Put your name in the box?
Yes.
Today, too?
Do you know what the box, do you know what's rolling with the box today?
I don't.
Not just one chance to win Georgia, Tennessee tickets.
Oh.
Not just 2 chances to win Tennessee, Georgia tickets. 3 chances to win Tennessee, Georgia tickets coming up Saturday.
Really?
Yes, and Christian will draw a name at 5:30. So get your name.
He'll draw 3 names?
He'll draw 3 names at 5:30. So get your name in the box, Barrels and Brews, on Highway 96 in the old Shoney's location in Franklin, just off the interstate. And you could win. And here's the thing. Christian's got the tickets here.
Oh, so you can take them with you.
Yeah, so
no need to pick up.
Right.
Are they like physical tickets? That doesn't happen very often. Am I just
weird.
old school? I just love a physical ticket sometimes.
Well, yeah, because like if you're a Tennessee guy and your team beats number 1 Georgia, you want to save that ticket, right?
Right.
So, I mean, you have that chance. So here's what will happen. We've got physical tickets. We'll draw the names at 5:30. If you can get here before Christian leaves, which means the show ends at around 6, and then he's got to pack up, and so he'll be here a little bit after 6, typically to what, like 6:20, give or take? You can pick him up here, or you can pick him up at the radio station tomorrow, and we can work out a deal where you get your name in the box. Make sure you have your phone number in there so, Christian or one of the guys can call you. But the actual physical address as to where we are today, 1306 Highway 96 in Franklin, and it's Barrels and Brews, and we've known these guys a long time, and we certainly appreciate them and the job that they do, and the store looks phenomenal. I mean, even like the light fixtures. Look at me noticing the light fixtures.
I know. Who are you? No, but it's really cool. Like everything is hung. It's, what's the word? Like elegant, rustic?
Rustic elegance?
Yes. Something like that. Doesn't that sound?
That's pretty good.
I mean,
you can just write their marketing for them.
Yes. It's very cool. Very cool.
So here's what's going on today. We've got a lot to talk about with the Tennessee Titans. There have been some roster moves with the Saints game coming up this weekend. A lot of national love for the Titans now. Like I'm starting to see all these power rankings with the Titans like number 2 on the list behind Arizona. Stephen A. Smith had him number 2.
Oh, really?
A week
Stephen
after
A. Smith,
he bagged them.
2 weeks ago said they're dead and done.
Dead.
Put him in the ground.
Dead, I tell you.
That guy?
Yeah.
What a fool.
Like the horse in The Revenant when Leo DiCaprio just crawls inside it. That's what Stephen A. Smith was doing with the Titans. He's just crawling inside the dead horse. Somehow that horse is alive. Here I go with the graphic illustrations.
Yes,
that's what's happening.
You do that well.
College basketball season is underway, and here's the thing. I don't know if it was across the board, but out of the games I was paying attention to, let's say, teams didn't cover. The big schools didn't cover those big spreads. Like Tennessee was 35.5. They didn't cover.
That's a massive spread.
Yeah, Xavier
in your
didn't
first
cover.
day.
Providence didn't cover. I know.
in your first game where you're trying to figure out your personnel, where you're, probably comfortably ahead maybe, and maybe want to try some different things, see some different guys in different roles, that doesn't surprise me, right?
It doesn't surprise me. It should have entered my head before I bet on 3 games. And then there's the Eastern Michigan, Ohio game. So I was all in on the 60.5 total. Right?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds really good.
Yeah.
I would feel comfortable in that.
So Eastern Michigan, trying to pull the upset, goes up by 14. Ohio drives down. They score to make it an 8-point game, but there's like 2.5 minutes left. So if they kick the extra point, it goes to 61. I win my bet. But no, analytics tells you to go for 2, because if you don't make it, then you onside kick it, and then if you score again, then you go for 2 again. So they went for 2 and missed. So the total hung on 60, and I lost. Ugh.
Bad beat.
But you know who did cover? Your Duke Blue Devils. Man, here's
Are
my
you in on this farewell tour?
I don't know. I don't really care about Coach K. What about you?
That's the most sacrilegious
thing
I've
a hot
ever
take?
heard in my entire life.
She gave them to me. I can feel them.
Oh, yeah. They went straight through your soul because I felt them.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It's like a hot knife through butter. Her eyes through my soul.
I don't care if you like Duke or not. You have to care about Coach K. He is college basketball.
Oh, he's great. I mean, he's great. He's great.
You don't care about a farewell tour?
Would I care about a farewell tour for Nick Saban?
Yes.
No.
Absolutely 100%.
So what is this going to be? Like, I'm old enough to remember Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's farewell tour. And people were giving, like, everywhere he went, like the last time he played in Milwaukee, they gave him a rocking chair from Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Is that what they're doing for Coach K?
Probably.
Like they're going to give him stuff?
Probably going to happen.
What about at North Carolina? Will they give him something?
Nope. Not a damn thing.
Just a kick in the butt.
That's how it rolls around there. There's no gift given there.
Don't let the door hit you.
If they have it their way, they'll give him a nice butt whooping on the way out.
My takeaway from that game, and I want your takeaway from that game, and then we'll just pretty much dive straight football until Slay gets here.
Yeah, I've got the injury report, so we can do that after the break for the Titans.
We'll do that, and then we'll talk with Coach Mack about the Rams game and about the matchup with the Saints. My takeaway from that game is both teams are really good.
That's a legit takeaway.
I mean, I don't know how, like, I want to come up with something. Both teams are really good.
Did you see Coach Cal's interview at half? It was phenomenal.
No.
I loved it.
I was in the middle of that Eastern Michigan thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, basically he was like, look, we just almost lost 2 exhibition games. Like, yeah, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. And oh, by the way, if you think, so-and-so's doing too much, he is. But I'm telling him to. So it's not on him. It's on me.
Yeah, the 2 freshmen for Duke. Shigwe was 17 and 19 for Kentucky. Yep. Wheeler, the transfer from Georgia, is going to be awesome. So that was my takeaway. All right, we're very late to a break. So let's do this. We invite you to come by Barrels and Brews in Franklin on Highway 96. We would love to see you and check out the new location. Get your name in the box for Tennessee, Georgia tickets. We're gonna pull 3 winners at 5:30. Also, Coach Mack coming up next. Stay tuned. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
All right, it is nearing the end of 2021, and what a year it's been. I know a lot of you have experienced some struggles with supply chain issues due to COVID. There's a lot of people out there that have, and it's just not easy to get the things that you need or want these days. Two Rivers Ford knows that. They understand that. They understand the frustration, and they have some great news for you. They've got new inventory coming in every single day. So if you are in the market for a new car, a new Ford, make sure to check out tworiversford.com daily. You can see what is on the lot. You can see what has arrived on the lot. And if you want someone from Two Rivers Ford to let you know when the vehicle that you are actually looking for comes in, give them a shout. They'll make sure that you're on the list so they can let you know. because they don't work on commission. That's not their thing. All they are doing is their job, which is to help you and make sure that your car buying experience is top notch. And they do that well. Two Rivers Ford also has a new Built for You program. You can order any model, any color, any feature in a Ford, get it delivered right to your door once it gets manufactured. There's a reason my friends at Two Rivers Ford have been doing business for almost 40 years. They make your experience hassle-free, honest, easy, pleasant. For all things Ford, reach out to the most trusted Ford dealer in Tennessee, Two Rivers Ford, powered by Ford, driven by people.
Mike Hoover, Joe Stanford, and their team of local pros over at Accurate Mortgage Group would like to thank their clients, past and present, for their business. They say that this year, more than ever, it's been an honor to help so many Middle Tennesseans take advantage of continued low interest rates. They love that their job allows them to assist others in buying their first home, a new home, or to refinance so they can take cash out, lower their monthly payment, or both. If you haven't looked into doing this yet, Accurate Mortgage has great news for you. If you start now and close in December, you could give yourself a New Year's gift of not making your next payment until February. Close on a refinance, and you could be lowering your rate while possibly saving hundreds of dollars per month at the same time. Now, that's something to be thankful for. Call Accurate Mortgage today, 615-833-0456. That's 615-833-0456. Or go online, AccurateMTG.com. Accurate Mortgage Group, a division of Acopia LLC, is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 4664. 380-1045, the Zone. Bridge Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay will be here in just a little bit. Barrels and Brews, the new location on Highway 96 in the old Shoney's building. That's where we are until 6 o'clock. We would love to come, for you to come by and see us and say hello and shop and get your name in the box for Tennessee, Georgia tickets. Going to draw names at 5:30. So, as we said here on Wednesday, you can make plans to get up to Knoxville to see Tennessee take on number 1 Georgia. Lots of Titans news out there today. We'll get into all of it as we roll through the show today. Coach Matt going to join us in just a second, but you've got the injury report hot off the presses.
I do, yes. 15 injured Titans this week. Hey, it's going down.
23 was the high. I don't want to approach that number
I want to say it was 24 at one point.
Maybe,
so,
yeah.
8 guys did not practice today. I'll hit those first. Torrey Carter, fullback, hip injury, didn't go. Dane Crookshank, knee. Bud Dupree, knee. Chris Jackson, corner, foot, did not practice. Harold Landry with a hamstring. David Long, also a hamstring. Neither one practiced. Greg Maben, an ankle injury, did not practice. And Jeffrey Simmons, ankle, did not go today. As far as limited participation, A.J. Brown, Nick DeZubnar, both with knees. They were limited today. Linebacker Rashawn Evans, an ankle. Kendall Lamb and Taylor Lewan. Lamb with a back injury. Lewan with that knee. Limited today, both of them. T.R. Tart on the defensive line, a groin injury, limited. And guard Nate Davis, concussion, full participation today.
That's
so that
big.
is good news. That's
That is good
huge
news.
for that line.
Coach Mack joins us, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Coach Mack, happy Wednesday. How are you, sir?
Hi, Brent. Hi, Don.
Hi, Coach Mack. Hey, why don't we start with
Everything- Let's go.
you're about to do small talking. We're just into talking ball, huh?
No, I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Well, hey, let's start with that offensive line. And just from a standpoint of Nate Davis with a full go in practice today, that's certainly good to see. They're missing a lot there on that line.
Well, I mean, Aaron Brewer stepped in and really did a nice job. Look, this offensive line, guys. I mean, it's no mystery to you guys. It's not any new news to our listeners either. They have been a patchwork offensive line all year, and to be able to be sitting where they are and to be as successful as they have been, huge compliment, to both of the offensive line coaches and to that entire offensive line room. And plus, John Robinson and his personnel people just keep rolling people in here. I mean, this is unprecedented what we are seeing. But in the offensive line, Don, and in the secondary, they have been hit with a number of injuries at the same time, and they continue to persevere through it.
Just sticking with the offensive line, because it's been a popular topic of conversation around Titans fans, and that's Taylor Lewan, and him practicing all week, not showing up necessarily on limited or the injury report during the week, and then, giving it a go in warm-ups and then not available for the game, or he ends up not playing for the game. And it's been a popular topic of conversation from a standpoint of, he goes all week in practice, and then whoever ends up having to step in there doesn't get the reps in practice. I just want your opinion on that entire situation and how it's handled, and the difficulty in somebody having to step in, maybe not necessarily at the last minute, but step in late.
Well, Don, let's get this cleared up. Full practice doesn't mean you take every rep. Which is full practice does not mean that you take every rep. They're still swapping reps in there because, clearly, and I don't know exactly what's going on, but I assume that it's his knee. And he worked out before the game. He suited up. He was active for the game, and he would have been available on an emergency basis, but just on a continual basis during the game, he and the medical people and the head coach and the offensive line coaches and John Robinson made the decision that it would be best for him to be ready, in emergency. But the people are still getting practice time, Don. That's what you can illuminate all of our listeners on. When you practice fully, it doesn't mean that you're taking every single rep. That just doesn't happen.
Well, and I know a lot of people have gone at Bobby Hart, but again, the real part of that is that was a difficult situation for him, given the timing, given the opponent. And let's be honest, I mean, Tannehill's not in traction, so win.
No, well, he's ready. He was ready to play. I mean, that's one thing. Again, I get to watch practice every day, so I see exactly what they're doing, and and that's the one reason they've been so successful, because from the jump, from training camp on, they coach everybody on this team as if they are going to play in the game, because that's important. They're in every meeting. They get everything that it takes. Now, some of these players are going to have to get their reps, on the look squad, but they're coaching them on the look squad. They're doing the same thing that I did and all the staffs I was on. They'll take the scout team in and show them film, as to where they're using the same technique that they would be taught on the other side of the ball. So all of that stuff, guys, it takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of work on the coaches and the players, but everybody has to buy into it, and clearly they are.
Well, I guess as we continue the discussion about the Rams, now that we get off the offensive line, I think we pretty much have to go in one obvious direction, and that's Big Jeff. Good grief. Balls to the Wall just tweeted us. Big Jeff kind of reminded me of Hainsworth in that contract year. That dude's blowing people up. That was an unbelievable performance.
Well, I mean, and Big Jeff did a great job, but that entire front's really doing a great job. The sack that he didn't have that was the corkscrew to throw it away to avoid a safety that David was able to pick off. That was a three-man game. That was what we call a tango, when I was coaching. I don't know what they call it, but it's end and tackle on one side down, and Big Jeff made a stab and then wrapped around really tight. It was a perfectly executed three-man game, and for a guy that big to be able to wrap, normally you've got your quicker guys wrapping because it takes longer to get around. This guy's so gifted physically. When you can do that and you can get the line to turn because you've got a big monster in there in that cylinder guard triangle, and all of a sudden he wraps outside when you collapse that end down. I mean, these four-man games that they're working with the rotation that they've got in there is really fun to watch. Danico Autry is blowing things up. Harold Landry's doing a great job. I love it when Bud Dupree is able to come in for the number of plays that he's able to play. Guys, this has made the difference in this defense. When you can rush four and get them off their spot in the correct amount of time, whether you're playing man or zone, you've got them outnumbered when they've got five receivers out. That's where the big success of this is coming to begin with.
Yeah, and couldn't do it last year. You mentioned Bud Dupree, Coach. What have you seen as far as progress and comfort from him every week coming back?
Yeah, he's making progress. I mean, we've got a guy on our practice field now that came back from an ACL in 8 months, and that was a freak. Okay, remember Peterson got hurt? He came back in 8 months and had over 100 yards the first time he came back. Everybody is different, and so Bud Dupree is working back from it. They're being very, very smart with him. He's being smart. I mean, he's a vet, and the fact that you've got guys that you can roll in there, enough so that you don't have to take every single snap, because it's a grind up front when you're rushing four. When you're rushing four, you're going against five all the time, and if they start chipping, you're going against six a lot. And so it's work up there, but he's progressing. He's progressing really well, but he's not all the way back yet, and you can't be with an ACL. But he is doing a lot of good stuff right now.
It's amazing to think. You mentioned the rushing with four and how impactful that is, and statistically, just looking at the numbers, 19 sacks in all of last season. They've got 23 through 9 games, tied for 6th in the league now. Danico Autry, I mean, maybe he gets overshadowed by what Big Jeff did, but you're right, man. That guy, the last few weeks, the last few games, has been a dominant force too. I mean, this is a front seven that has to be dealt with.
Well, they absolutely do. Danico Autry, I mean, I was so happy when we got him from the Colts. Danico Autry and Jeffrey Simmons, those guys, when they line up, next to each other and or deploy them however they do, those are two violent dudes in there. I mean, they're rushing with some real bad intentions. And it's great to watch, and they generate energy off of one another. And then you got Landry, and you got Bud Dupree, and you got a Daney in there. I mean, to me, that's when your all the really good defenses I've been fortunate enough to be involved with were really good when we could legitimately rush with four. You can always rush with four, but rushing effectively with four, there's a big gap in that difference. They are rushing effectively with four. That's why this defense is playing so well right now.
Coach, we visited with Jayon Brown yesterday at Buffalo Wild Wings. It was so great to see him back on the field, and and dancing before the game. He said he couldn't barely contain himself. But there were a couple of times I noticed Matthew Stafford looking in a particular direction, and there goes our favorite linebacker flying into the pass coverage, and he had to tuck the ball away and do something else. Jayon Brown seemed like he had a really good game. Am I off on that?
No, you're right, Brent. And I mean, that's just been his strength since he's been here, and he's developed even more. Kevin Byard's interceptions the same way. These guys are really well schooled, and they really are. You can tell they've studied tape a lot, because playing zone defense and getting jumps on zone, it's all directional delivery key, but it comes off of splits. It comes off of splits, alignments, position on the field, and what you're looking at, and you've got to be able to anticipate, because arms are too good in the National Football League, guys, to make any kind of plays in zone coverage if you wait till they throw the ball. You've got to come off that directional delivery key and go with that front shoulder. And when that front hand comes off the ball, you've got to be confident enough that what you're driving is where the catch point is, and that's what they're doing. That's why you're seeing such success now that they're able to cover with 7, because with 7, right, you got 5 eligibles. You're 4 over 3 on one side, 3 over 2 on the other. I'm not real smart, but that gives you a numbers advantage.
It's math.
It's simple math. Yeah. Hey,
math.
Coach Mack, Michelle Tafoya talked a little bit about Kevin Byard during the game when she talked to him just saying basically, hey, look, the reason for my success is what the guys up front are doing. We know there's a little bit more to it, though. That guy is just special. But take us through that interception where he admitted, hey, look, I didn't do what I was supposed to be doing there, but sometimes you trust your instincts. Just talk us through that play as a coach. Kind of break it down for us.
3 deep robber look is a 3 deep robber look. Jack Rabbit had the third on his side, so he signaled to Jack Rabbit, right before it, said, look, stay back. Don't jump anything short. Stay back. I'm getting ready to jump this route. All right, so he signaled to Rabbit, so Rabbit backed up a little bit, and he was playing that middle of the field rat who was supposed to be sitting in the middle of the field, but all of a sudden he read the split. Is exactly what he did. He read the split. He knew the route combination on that side. That's why he signaled Rabbit to back up a little bit. And as soon as that front hand came off the ball, because Stafford thought, okay, I've got this throw because the corner's sinking. Are you with me? Corner's sinking. I got this throw, and then Byard broke right on that directional delivery key. Really made a nice high point catch too. It was a beautiful, beautiful play. I mean, I love that kind of defense. I about started crying in the broadcast booth. I love that so much.
I've heard quarterbacks talk about sometimes they struggle with younger players because younger players end up in positions that they're not supposed to be in, which completely throws off what they anticipate going pre-snap. But that's a veteran player with some communication skills and just making a play.
And a veteran player in Jack Rabbit, right, Coach, to understand what he was doing
Don,
and saying.
That's a great point, Don, on your part. It took both of them. And you're right, you got 2 veteran players. He hand signaled him. If you watch the tape, just look at him. He hand signaled him, and Rabbit went, yeah, fine, I got it. And so, I mean, yes, that's really good. When younger players are out of position, it's like dropping a puppy in the middle of a freeway. They got no idea where they are, all right? Dudes that know how to jump routes, they know where they are.
Just in case Pete is listening, Coach Mack is the biggest dog lover in the history of dog lovers, but that was very graphic. Coach Mack, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Need great health care coverage at an affordable price. Let Farm Bureau Health Plans coach you through it. They've been protecting Tennesseans since 1947. Coach, what did you think about the run game? 2 running backs that were signed that week, had a few days, and that was it. It was great to see. Brent. Yeah, it was great to see Adrian Peterson get in the end zone, though, man.
So Mike Keith, I've been with Mike Keith for 5 years now, and I've seen him make some excited calls. He was so excited about that, and so was I, because that was a good lift and a good boost, but it's still a work in progress. Look, they're getting used, and they're figuring out everybody's talents as how they're going to distribute these carries among 3 guys, because the Titans guys have been an anomaly for 3 years. They've had a war horse. When I first started coaching, 30-plus years ago, everybody had a singular back that you were lining up in a 9 formation and handing it to him 26 or 27 times a game. Doesn't happen anymore except at Tennessee. All right. Now it's still gonna take time for that to smooth itself out. And plus, AP he's got to work himself back into, just football stuff. I mean, his instincts are tremendous, but you still got to work yourself back into it. And so the way that those three guys and the way that they are going to start deploying them, you're going to see that's going to be, as I say, a continuing smoothing out process as we move forward.
Coach, what kind of challenges do the New Orleans Saints provide this weekend?
Defensively, they're really good. Dennis Allen's got a really good defense. They're really strong. You talk about a strong front. They really got a good front seven. I mean, all across the front, they're really, really stout. I love DeMario Davis. I mean, he is a wrecker back there. I mean, he's a great blitzer. They've got good players at all three levels, and their defense is carrying this team. I mean, and it wasn't so much when Jameis was there, because Sean was still doing some of the same things he was doing with Drew as far as formations and changing things and giving you eye candy back there. But when Jameis got hurt and Trevor Siemian came in, he's starting to settle down a little bit. That's why they went out, and brought the other back in, because he's going to run the ball. When you watch him now, Sean Payton, kudos to him. He's a great offensive coach for this reason, and a play caller. He's going to go with what's best for him and his people. He's got a stout offensive line, so the Titans are going to be faced with some really, really stout run tests this week. That's what I see.
I love it, Coach Mack. And on a personal level, obviously having history with that Rams organization, how much did that win mean to you?
Are you kidding me? You heard what I said. You heard what I said in the broadcast. I said they thought this was they scheduled us for a homecoming game, and we just put their float on fire.
I love it.
Thank you, Coach Mack. Love you, man. We'll talk with you next week.
Guys, you're the best. Hey, Ron Slay called in last night to coach as Mr. Enthusiasm, so I've got my weekly dose of Ron Slay, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Did you recognize him, Coach Mack?
I did. Rhett Bryan did when he said Coach Mack and Rhett B, and Rhett Bryan went, nobody calls me Rhett B except Ron Slay. That's when it was fabulous. It was great.
I love it. You know what? We'll play that call for people that didn't hear it when we come back. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach Mack.
See you guys. See you.
All right. Coach Mack, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. When we come back, we'll play that call. Ron Slay, he was trying to be hidden. He was trying not to be noticed. They noticed him. We'll play that call for you. Also, Titans roster moves next. 3HL broadcasting live from Barrels and Brews. Come get your name in the box for Tennessee, Georgia tickets. Lots of people are doing that. And check out the new store. Do a little shopping. Say hello. We'll be right back. We're not just giving away one pair of tickets. We're giving away 3 pairs of tickets. So you have a pretty legit chance to get this done. Like my boy Rainey over here. Buddy Allen Carpet One. Check them out. If your bathroom is overdue for a major overhaul, these are your guys. When it comes to beautiful bathroom renovations, the experts at Buddy Allen have got you and your family covered, whether you're seeking a simple update like a small sink backsplash or a top-to-bottom revamp. Either way, they have the product skills and experts to make your vision a reality. Locally owned and operated by the Allen family for more than 55 years. Zach, Jenna, and Judson Allen are in the store every day. 2405 Lebanon Pike at Donaldson, 615-883-3289. BuddyAllenCarpet1.com.
All right, let's give the gift of organization this holiday season. Artisan Custom Closets, that's who you need to call. Maybe you're wondering what in the world you need to get somebody. Don't worry about it. I got you covered. Artisan Custom Closets has you covered. Maybe you want to give your significant other a beautiful closet. Trust me, that will go a long way. Closet, a new pantry. Maybe you still have those annoying wire racks. Get them fixed. A garage organization system that's not only functional, but it's also beautiful. They can do that. Maybe somebody still works from home or is now working from home for good, they could put together an entire beautiful home office. It's important if you're working from home to have something beautiful that you like to walk into every single day if you're going to have to work from there. So Artisan Custom Closets can help you there too. Laundry rooms, mud rooms, you name it, and they do it. Here's what you need to do. Go to artisancustomclosets.com. That's ARTISAN, customclosets.com. Get your free in-home consultation today. Put your info there or give them a call, 615-800-2199. That's 800-2199. And if you tell them Dawn sent you right now, they're now offering 12 months, same as cash financing to help you out. They do beautiful work. And by the way, everything is manufactured right here in the USA. What a great holiday gift. Give Artisan Custom Closets a call at 615-800-2199.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't know you didn't have your headphones on until I looked at you. I was like, uh-oh. 3HL 1045 The Zone. CMAs tonight. I went one time. It was the most amazing thing. We're sitting there and Zach Brown Band's about to perform, and Dave Grohl walks out and gets behind the drums. And I'm like, what? Right in front of us.
Oh, my gosh. You love that.
That's my Foo Fighters.
Yeah. Those are your people.
It's my people. So that was pretty amazing. But I've heard lots of rumors about stuff tonight, so it'll be interesting.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. I used to work. So for those that are new around here.
You used to work the red carpet.
I used to work the red carpet for
Humble
W.
brag.
Marion. No, it's not a humble. Hey, that is the hardest job I've ever done. Ever.
When it's true, I mean,
never know who you're going to have, who's
Well,
going to walk up. You
and
got
let's
to
be real.
recognize them. You got to know about them.
Let's be real, too. You are a preparer.
Yes.
And you are working with a guy who was going to just shoot from the hip.
Yeah. And that's what makes him so amazingly good, too. That would be Neil
But
Orn,
you would
by
be,
the way.
Neil Orn, yes. But you would be worried that Neil wouldn't know who was walking up. But even if he didn't, he would make it work. Like, he's that talented.
Absolutely. Yeah,
But I think
he would pull stuff.
I think that played into your anxiety level a little bit, too.
Oh, my gosh. I had, like, note cards for every single country music person that was ever born that possibly could have even sniffed the red carpet.
Yeah. If Patsy Cline walks up and the ghost of Patsy Cline walks up,
I would have been able to nail it.
Oh, there's our water guy. Look at
There
that.
he is.
Barrels and Brews in Franklin, that's where we are. So Coach Mack was on with us. Ron Slay, if you're wondering, will be here. He'll be here momentarily. What else are we? Oh, we're giving away Tennessee, Georgia tickets.
3 pairs.
Might as well.
It was interesting. We were talking to a Tennessee fan.
Who is what they call a negaval, meaning he always thinks that the worst is going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a lot of excitement about this Tennessee offense against this Georgia defense.
He told me, he goes, I've got a weird feeling Hendon Hooker's going to run it in for a 2-point conversion and Tennessee wins. I'm like,
if that happens,
just end the season.
Yeah.
Just forget about it. Just forget about it. Move on to next year. Because Tennessee fan will need an extra couple of months to party.
Oof.
Beating a number 1 team in the country.
Could you imagine?
No, I can't.
I mean, when nobody, but here's the deal. Nobody has been able to hang with Georgia.
I know.
Nobody.
But I told you, I said, look, if Tennessee doesn't turn the ball over, I think they can give Georgia some problems. Because I think it's hard to prepare for an offense that moves that fast. A productive offense that moves that fast. Plus, it's not like they're, 4 or 5 yard clips. Like, they're looking for the big play. They're looking for the dagger at all times. So you have to be mindful of that. Now, I think Tennessee's going to have a really hard time running the football against Georgia.
Yeah.
Which means I think ultimately you're going to see a situation where Tennessee ends up in real quick 3 and outs, maybe.
And that's
because it's going to be 3rd and long. I mean, I'm not trying to be negative to Tennessee fan here, but
no, but that
makes sense
that is
to me.
the scenario that you're in a bad spot and can cause issues, right? Yeah. And that's what, offensive coordinator Alex Golesh talked about it last week. He was like, you saw it in the Alabama game, especially late, where we needed to run the football, obviously, if you're behind too, but we needed to run the football in order to help out our defense because you just can't ask your defense to be on the field that long. And he said it. He was like, it's not fair.
Right.
It's not fair on that side of the ball. And that is the big complimentary football conversation that we had when Josh Heupel was hired in the beginning. But they are very well aware of it at Tennessee. They understand that. Now, obviously, they couldn't do a whole lot about it in the Kentucky game. 99 plays that defense was on the field. But I'll tell you this, they're conditioned enough to handle it.
Yeah, and Georgia's offense isn't explosive, but they will it's more like a python. Like they just squeeze the life out of you.
Right. And then their defense doesn't let you score, so they don't have to. They don't have to be explosive.
They play field position football. So they'll punch you deep. You won't go anywhere. You'll punt them to the 50. They'll have 20 yards for a field goal, and that'll be it. Speaking of Coach Mack and Ron Slay, so we're driving home from Clarksville last night, and there's a strange-sounding guy on Mac Talk all of a sudden, and it sounded a little bit like this.
Let's go back to the phones. Mr. Enthusiastic wants to talk to Coach Dave McGinnis. You're on. Go ahead.
Coach Mike, I want to just tell you, you guys do one hell of a job on the air. You hear me? One hell of a job on the air.
Mr. Enthusiastic, I don't understand how you got your name, but I think thank you so much, brother. That's so great. That's so cool of you to say that. And then that's really a valuable reward, for myself doing what I do is how much people enjoy it. And believe me, I love doing it. What you got tonight for us, Mr. Enthusiastic?
I don't want to lose sight of him because I don't want to lose Red B either. I want to have him in there on it too. Red B, you do a hell of a job too. So let me say this, gentlemen.
Let's
Coach
go.
Mack, I know wins and losses. You got to keep an even keel as a coach. But some of those wins, when you're on that plane ride back, you use it as a barometer to see exactly where you are as a team. What does this mean? Take me inside that plane ride back, how the coaches talk to each other. Got to be a little excitement. Got to be enthusiastic just a little bit, Coach Matt.
Mr. Enthusiastic, thank you very much. It's a great question, and I like to give insight. Joe Hunk, our producer, was in here during the break, was asking about the plane ride. Plane ride. Look, plane rides in the National Football League are business trips. And the plane ride back, from LA was the lights were down and people were either looking at their tablets, looking at their Microsoft services. The coaches were getting ready, grading the game, and then looking ahead because you got a 4-hour flight, looking ahead to New Orleans, and then everybody else was sleeping.
All right, so here's my question: did Ron Slay actually think he was trying to fool people?
I don't know, because if you listen to our show once he starts going, like you know it's him.
I'm going to be honest. He had me fooled. And
he had me fooled in the beginning.
But he said, "You hear me," which is my favorite thing that he says.
Well, see, when I'm taking calls during the shows, when I'm taking calls, I'm just trying to get the name and where they're from and what they want to talk about. And he called in yelling just like that. I couldn't understand him for half of it. I asked him 20 times what his name was because I had no clue who it was. No clue whatsoever.
So this is how funny Ron Slay is and how amazing he is. So we just did 3 hours of radio in Clarksville, where we're trying to put out a really high level of energy. So at 6 o'clock, I'm like beat. So I'm driving in my car. Honestly, I was listening to Dave Matthews Band. and this man is on screaming on the radio again. I'm like, good night.
So funny.
Mr. Enthusiastic. Trying to fool people. You can't fool people, Ron Slay.
I don't know. Coach Mack didn't recognize him.
That's what he says.
He'd have been good if he hadn't said Rhett B. He would have been. Nobody would have had figured it out until he.
Yeah,
said
but
that.
in Slay's mind, he usually calls him Rhett Gordy B because he's a producer. So he didn't call him Rhett Gordy B. So I think he thinks that he got past people on that deal.
Yeah,
but he didn't.
Oh, that's.
Rhett Bryan knew exactly. Titans signed
love that enthusiasm.
Yep, quarterback Kevin Hogan because Matt Barkley headed over to Carolina. They also signed wide receiver Chris Rowland, who played at TSU and had an HBCU record 104 receptions for TSU, and really, really talented player. Small, shifty guy. I think he played at Ravenwood. Didn't he play at Ravenwood?
He did. Yes, Ravenwood High School.
5'9".
I love it when local kids end up.
Heck yeah, bro.
With the team. Yes.
Why do I keep doing that to you? I did that yesterday.
Just one of the guys, Brent. I'm just one of the guys.
I guess that's it.
Until you piss me off.
Yeah. Like when I say you're in Georgia colors.
Yes, which I did not wear today. I'm in black.
It's more like the Raiders over here.
It's very
today.
Raider-like.
It's very Barrels and Brews like.
Yep.
You fit right into, what did we call it? You called it the retro elegance?
Rustic elegance.
Rustic elegance. That's it.
It's really a cool place, honestly. You should at least just come and check it out.
Yes. Ron Slay will be with us in the next hour. Come by and see us. Also see Christian when you walk in the door. Get signed up for Tennessee, Georgia tickets, giving 3 pair away. Also, they are doing samples, bourbon and beer here. So check that out and shop and say hello. All those things. Highway 96 in the Old Shoney's building. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. This is 3HL at Barrels and Brews.
Let's talk about internet and gig speed and fast internet. And if we're doing that, we have to talk Xfinity. They deliver gig speed to more homes than anyone. Not only that, but it's 20% faster than AT&T's gig. Just saying. I'm just telling you. Faster speeds. Faster speeds for streaming, for video chatting, for gaming, for online shopping. Whatever you need speed for, you're going to get more with Xfinity. Xfinity's latest Wi-Fi innovation brings you their fastest X-Fi gateway yet. How important is that? I don't know about you, but I ain't got time for slow internet at all. I got things I got to do. We're all on a tight schedule in our household, and if you need to find information fast on the web, you need your internet to be fast. Xfinity can do it. They now have speed options up to 3 gigs. That is 3 times faster than AT&T. Not available in all areas. Restrictions do apply. Requires gigabit internet and compatible X-Fi gateway. Actual speeds vary. 3 gig service requires customized installation. To get started, all you have to do, call 1-800-XFINITY, visit Xfinity.com, or drop into an Xfinity store today for more details.
Sports betting is legal in Tennessee, and there is one local legal sports book in the state of Tennessee. These are the guys that I use, action247.com. Get signed up today. Let me know what your picks are. I'll let you know what mine are. Tonight, Ball State, -2.5 over Northern Illinois. I am back at it tonight with that game because, I'll tell you, in part due to my love for Blaine Bishop. The Fighting Blaine Bishops, -2.5 tonight over Northern Illinois. And that's one of my picks. Dove into some college basketball last night, but the problem was the big favorites didn't cover. So there's that. Took a little ride with the LA Clippers, got that done last night, and Duke held up against Kentucky. So some ups and downs, but that's the way it goes. But it gives you some entertainment while you watch your favorite sporting events. Big college football weekend coming up, big NFL weekend coming up. Action247.com is how you get it done. But basketball up in full swing now, so you can dive in there as well. Action247.com. Check them out online. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789.
Good afternoon. I am Joe Honk, and some news when it comes to the active rosters. Chris Jones, the cornerback, has been signed from the practice squad to the Titans active roster. Now, when it comes to the injury report, now the first one is going to be from the Saints, and that is going to be because we are paying attention to Alvin Kamara. He did not practice today. There's rumors about if he will or will not play on Sunday. The Saints also added a running back to their practice squad late yesterday evening. Now, when it comes to the Titans, Torrey Carter, Dane Cruikshank, Bud Dupree, Chris Jackson, Harold Landry, David Long, Greg Maben, and Jeffrey Simmons all did not practice today. That is the update that we have as of right now. We'll continue getting you updated when it comes to guys like Christian Fulton, who was on the active or have been added to the practice squad. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome into 3HL on 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport. We are awaiting the arrival of Ron Slay at some point this hour. I'm sure he's in his car, Mr. Enthusiastic, headed over here. He had a pretty special event.
He's not in the building yet.
He's not in the building. But when he gets here, you'll know it.
Everybody will know it.
All God's children will know it.
Everybody on 96 is going to know it.
Highway 96. That's where we are in the old Shoney's location of Barrels and Brews, the new Barrels and Brews location. And it's kind of a soft opening, but they want to get to know all y'all that live out this way. Here's the thing, too. As I said earlier, if you're going 65 south of Franklin, you know you're about to sit in a whole bunch of traffic. So just get off the interstate and come in here. Barrels and Brews. Register to win Tennessee, Georgia tickets. We're going to give away 3 pair at 5:30. We're going to call names at 5:30. You don't have to be here to win, but if you are, that would be awesome because they are paper tickets.
I love paper tickets. Call me old school.
Like an old man.
I am.
Sending back soup at the deli.
I'm super old school.
We're also doing tastings or sampling. What should I call it? Samplings?
Samplings.
Yeah. Samplings.
Herbie. Sampling.
And they've
Herbie
got
says
some
tasting. I say sampling.
They've got some great stuff over there. They're tasting. They're sampling bourbon, sampling some beer, and the selection here is amazing. Wine, bourbon, their tequila selection is amazing. So they've got chilled things for you too, all kinds of things. We'd love to see you. Come say hi. Like Titan Man came in. Then he put this. He took a selfie of me and him, but you're in the background because you were doing a commercial. And he writes, "Had to come by. Check out the new Barrels and Brews in Franklin to see my friends at Brent Doherty and Don Davenport TN with 3HL. This place is amazing. Great staff and an amazing selection. And as always, hashtag tighten up."
I'm not in the picture.
Yeah, you're in the picture.
I mean, I'm in the background looking like a...
You had just set your mic down.
Yeah.
You had dropped your mic after your Comcast commercial, I think.
Okay. Well, come say hi.
Yeah, come say hi. Injury report is out, and there are only 15 names on it for the Titans this time. Is that good or bad?
I think it's good.
I mean, when it's been like in the mid-20s.
It's still bad. It's still bad. But some of that, too, is, a tough game, physical game, come off. I mean, Mike Vrabel has always been all about kind of rest days and all of that, and there are a couple listed on there. Just notables, if you're wondering, for the Saints, Alvin Kamara did not practice.
Yeah, the word around the campfire is that he may not go on Sunday. So they worked out running backs yesterday.
I mean, that changes what they do offensively massively. Massively.
No question.
Because of how versatile he is, because of what he does and gives that offense. I mean, that's massive.
I mean, so you're looking at potentially Trevor Siemian and no Alvin Kamara.
Right.
Now, their defense is pretty good. So if you like the under, maybe go the under. I like the under. Alan Bell yesterday said he liked the under. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that might be an indication. From a Titan perspective, as you mentioned earlier, the following players did not practice today. Jeffrey Simmons with an ankle, Greg Maben, an ankle, David Long, a hammy, Harold Landry, a hammy, Chris Jackson, a foot, Bud Dupree, a knee, Dane Cruikshank, a knee, Torrey Carter a hip. Typically Wednesdays can be that day where guys take off, but it seems as though they've been rotating those days because there are so many players that need that maintenance day that some are now taking Wednesday, some are taking Thursday.
Yeah.
So who knows? But
certainly a beat up team, but as we say every week, I mean, that whole next man up mentality, this team has lived it so far this year. That's for sure.
We were going to play some audio for you here, but I would rather do this, and I know that you would agree. Let's go to the phones, Dawn, and I don't have.
You want me to start it? Let's start with.
I don't have it in front of me.
All right, yeah, and if you want to jump in, 615-737-1045. We can talk Titans, we can talk Vols, we can talk whatever you want, honestly. Let's check in with Rod in Nashville. Hey, Rod, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Don?
I'm great. What's up?
Not much. Hey, just a quick note first. Ron is not coming in too early because he don't want to start sampling that stuff too early.
There may be some truth to that. I don't know. Mr. Enthusiastic.
Hey, yeah. I'm a Titans and a Vols fan, and I was so worried about Kentucky because they got a good team. But he fired me up so much. There's no way Tennessee was going to lose that game. He took me the distance. So I want to thank him for that. Anyways, that's all I got to say.
And he started it a week prior, Rod.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Rod. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, no, Slay was all into that Kentucky game before Kentucky even played Mississippi
10
State.
days prior, I know.
Kentucky fans like, hang on a second, we got a game to play. But I will say
Which
this.
they lost, too.
As I was watching, Kentucky fan is a confident fan.
Yeah.
So as I was watching the Duke-Kentucky game down the stretch and Duke was going to win, I remembered several tweets that came from Kentucky fans saying that they were going to spank Tennessee in football, and then Dawn, get ready because they're going to spank Duke in basketball too.
Yes.
So tough couple days there. But that Kentucky basketball team is going to be just fine. 615-737-1045. As for Tennessee fan, we already had one Tennessee fan come in here and tell us, I got this weird feeling Hendon Hooker's going to run it in for 2 to win against Georgia. And this guy I actually know. And he would probably be on the Negavol list, which Negavol is Vol fan that's suffering from PTSD, being hit over the head with bad news stories and losses and things like that. So they get really negative. But he said they're going to win. And now Mr. Williams, who came yesterday dressed in all orange, tweeted me and said, at Brent Doherty, told you yesterday at Buffalo Wild Wings, Tennessee wins Saturday. What is going on with Tennessee fans?
I don't know. I love y'all so much. I can't tell you how much
Don't let me into that.
I love this fan base, but y'all are all crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. And I promise, if Tennessee upsets Georgia, I will wear orange for a week. You can save this.
Saving it.
Save it. Yep. Lock it. That's fine. I promise you I will eat my words. But Tennessee ain't beating Georgia. It's not happening.
Now I really want it to happen.
That defense is ridiculous. Listen to y'all. Y'all are crazy. It ain't happening. That defense.
What if?
Not to mention, I sat there and watched Tyon Evans at halftime walk to the other end of the field into the visiting locker room, which is where the x-ray machines and all of that are located, limping on his ankle. So he's certainly not 100%. That's not a surprise. He hasn't been 100% in a long time, right? So you see that. They're going to have to be able to run the football at some point.
They're not running the football.
Okay, well.
With Tyon Evans without him, they're not running.
Guess what? This defense is going to be on the field for 99 plays again.
Maybe Hendon Hooker runs the football, but they're not just going to line up and say, here's our running back. Here, go between the tackles.
Well, I mean,
that's not happening.
That's not what they do. I get it, but. Here's the deal. Your defense is going to be exhausted.
They're fourth in the SEC in rushing the last time I looked.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be able to run the ball in Georgia.
See,
so if Tennessee,
they're not going to be.
Right.
Georgia.
For Tennessee to challenge Georgia, and I said this yesterday, if they don't turn the ball over, I think Tennessee's in the game and Georgia's going to have to make some plays to win. But Georgia's the best football team in the country, and it's not close.
It's not even close.
Between them and number 2. Now, can you hit a couple of those explosive plays and get them down? Because they haven't played from behind, and
Right.
they're not set up to do it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Unless
that's a
JT Daniels
that is a
becomes
fair
the quarterback. I mean, they're game managing with Bennett, and they're running the football, and they're play action passing and all those things. If they get down a couple of scores, then what? That's the one thing about Georgia that we don't know.
And how do you handle one play every 20.8 seconds? Because that's what Tennessee does, and that is insane. That's nuts.
They'll do it.
By the way, Ron
the
Slay,
best defense in America.
I hope I hope you are not texting while you're driving, fool. I pray to my almighty God that it happens now, is what he said after what I just said about Tennessee and Georgia.
That wasn't Slay. That was Mr. Enthusiastic.
Yeah, yes.
Check this out from Bucks head coach Bruce Arians. Asked today if Tampa would pursue Odell Beckham. Quote, "No, there are too many letters. I've already got AB. I don't need OBJ."
He's hilarious.
Bruce Arians, yeah. No risk it, no biscuit. When we come back, Todd Fuhrman will join us at 4:30, but we do have time to take some of your phone calls if you want to get into the Titans as they prepare for the Saints. We can do that. Also, Tennessee and Georgia. Tennessee fan's confident.
Oh, my gosh. Now my Twitter feed is just a debacle.
At Don Davenport TN. I'm glad you said that. I forgot to put that out there.
Texas A&M wasn't supposed to beat Alabama either, Don Davenport. Joseph.
What?
No, that's who tweeted me.
Joseph
You too,
Hunk.
Hunk. Joseph.
Look,
Joseph Hunk
there's going to be
There,
people.
there was more of a realistic, I think, conversation about Texas A&M and Alabama.
Watch out, because
They're probably
if
Tennessee
this happens Saturday night, you're going to have people that are going to be wanting to lend you clothes. I'm just going to be ready.
And I'm going to need it. I don't have that shade of orange in my wardrobe.
I really didn't know you were going to say shade.
Me either.
I really thought we were having to dump
Come
you here in a
on.
second.
You don't have it.
All
You
right.
don't have confidence in your girl.
615-737-1045. In one word, no. We'll be right back. Daddy Rack Tennessee Straight Whiskey. I had some last night while I was watching Beverly Hills Cop 2 and making bets for this weekend. Couldn't go to sleep. Titans with the big win. You need to try some today. It's spectacular. It's a local product, too, made right here in Middle Tennessee. Get some today right there out of Columbia, Tennessee. You're going to love it. So smooth and so good. Priced right, too, as an everyman whiskey at $29.99 a bottle. DaddyRack.com. That's the website. You can find out the story there. It's really interesting. It would take me too long to tell you, but you can check it out, DaddyRack.com. I love these guys, and I love their whiskey. Daddy Rack Tennessee Straight Whiskey. Try some by itself with oxygen, or put some ice cubes in there, maybe mix it with some ginger ale. I don't know. That's what I did last night, as a matter of fact. So you can add it to your bar. Share it with your friends. Try some today. That's Daddy Rack Tennessee Straight Whiskey. Again, check them out online, DaddyRack.com.
What up, people? You know who it is. It's me, Ron Slay, man, and you got a place you got to get to. That place would be Still I Got Wings, and I'm saying this for party platters. If you're trying to get something to go, get a 10-piece, a 12-piece. Man, they got all kind of things on the menu, man, from every flavor you can think of, and they got a very, very, very hot flavor that I haven't seen anyone be able to conquer it yet. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. Blaine Bishop couldn't do it. Kirby couldn't do it. Like, and these are people that love hot food. So, Strikeout Wings, that's where you got to get to. 2521 Nolensville Pike, right off 440, or 123 Ewing Drive in the original Princess location. Get there. You know it's super serious if I'm talking about wings, man. And this place right here, second to none. And I put my life on it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Always get over there and wash it down with the Kool-Aid. This is the best thing going. Talk to me, people. Still I Got Wings.
HL 104.5 The Zone, broadcasting live in Franklin today. We would love to see you. Barrels and Brews, the brand new location. It's in the best way to describe it is it's in the old Shoney's location on Highway 96, right by the interstate. So it's easy for you to swing by. What's wrong?
The amount of people that didn't think I was going to say shade makes me question
Oh my gosh.
what people think about me.
Well, I mean,
if you missed it in the last segment, I was talking about the shade of orange that Tennessee wears.
You said, I don't even have any of that shade of orange. And I was like, I thought you were going to say, I don't have any of that.
Shiano?
Seattle?
Yes.
All of the above?
Yeah, so, I was right there with him. I was worried about you there. Plus, I mean, you are famous for saying, Dawn talks in T-shirt slogans every once in a while. And you're very famous for saying, I'm an open mic away from being fired.
That is true.
Andy on Twitter, at 3HL1045. Hey, y'all, please get Dawn to a Vols game so she will pick them to win. What game do you have this weekend? I don't even know.
I've got Iowa State at Texas Tech.
Oh, my Lord, have mercy. You're going to Lubbock?
Oh, my gosh. It's very hard. Why are y'all in that?
Because I just went there. It's not easy.
It is not an easy place to get to.
Once you get there, it's fine. But what's funny about Lubbock is the campus at Texas Tech is amazing.
It's beautiful.
Outside
you
of
went on
that,
a visit there.
Yeah. Outside of that, stay on campus.
I like it there. I worked an Oklahoma State game there
Well,
a couple of years ago.
They got a new coach for you, and he's all fired up.
He is. He's a Texas high school guy.
Yep.
Came from Baylor, but Texas high school guy, Coach McGuire. He's maybe will be a better fit, apparently. We'll see.
Hey, Hunk, did you happen to save that guy at the podium, the new coach at Texas Tech, where he's screaming Raiders and all this stuff?
I do not have it right offhand, but I can find it.
Why don't you find it while we talk with Talladega Tom, who is next up on 3HL? That guy was enthusiastic, I'm telling you. You want to talk about Mr. Enthusiastic, the new Texas Tech coach. Talladega Tom, what's up, man?
Oh, not much, man. I just want to talk about them Titans. I tell you what, I've called in before, and like I said this year is the year. Now, I don't think the Saints are going to know what's hit them.
I would tend
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I would tend to agree with you if Alvin Kamara doesn't play.
Yes.
Titans
I
a
still think we
3-point
got it.
favorite. Titans a 3-point favorite until that news came out, and then I don't know. I'll have to check. The line went off the board, actually.
Yeah, it went off for a little bit.
But no, I mean,
We're not worried about
from
it.
a
We're not
matchup.
worried.
Go ahead.
We're not worried about it down here because the game the Titans played the other night, we really got back there and we roughed Matthew Stafford up. He looked like he got hit by a truck.
I totally agree
That's
with
all
you.
it
Now,
was.
there is that line of thinking that the Titans do well when they're underdogs and not so much when they're favorites.
Titans favored by 3 is what I have now.
There you go.
So it's back on.
It's back, baby. All right, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I mean, the Titans, the last. Huh? Because he's still there?
He gone.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, Talladega Tom. Snipe.
I mean, to be fair, I thought he was done with this point, too. And if I would have had control over the phones, he would have been gone like Jason Martin did it. That's just me.
J Mart swiped a Titan.
A Danny, yeah. He
Ola Daney. He was like, all right, you're done.
Boom. J-Mart, man, he's got that itchy trigger finger.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, though.
By the way,
here's the thing, though.
Real quick, before we jump into that,
Okay.
I just want to point this out before I forget. Josh Reynolds, Titans release him. NFL report was that he asked to be released. Guess who signed him?
God love him, man.
Detroit Lions. Winless Detroit. Josh, enjoy. Yikes.
I've heard Detroit's on its way back as a city, but I will tell you this. I ran into
I'm just talking about strictly from a
football
they don't
perspective.
win. Yes.
That's definitely true. But
Go ahead.
Yeah, I ran into a cop from Detroit a couple of years ago when we were on vacation. He was like, I love my city. I grew up there, but I don't move there.
Wow.
He's like, it's not in good shape right now. But I've heard recently that it's yeah, Kirby just said no, don't even finish that sentence. Larry, Talladega Tom's been drinking. Uh-oh.
Has this guy been drinking?
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. Hey, I'm in the building. 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 I'm in the building.
Here's the thing. Like, Slay doesn't even need a microphone.
No.
No, you can hear him everywhere.
Mike for what? I just need to hear from y'all.
Hook him up, Curbs.
Your reps have been telling you about Dawn? Is that where you are?
Yeah. Every bit of it.
I told
Hey.
you.
Oh, there I am.
Uh-huh. You're in full
Bam.
force now.
You know what,
Hi,
Bam?
Slay.
Hey. What's up,
I
Mayor?
said
What's up,
shade
buddy?
of orange.
Okay.
Just saying.
So, Babs, let me say this. What we're going to have to do is take you on up to Rocky Top. Because you ain't really been up there.
Yes, I have. I've worked a million Tennessee football games.
That doesn't count.
No.
You don't
How
get
many
the-
times have I worked Tennessee football
Yeah,
games over the last
this is why I
10
don't
years.
sit in the press box. It's not the same thing.
Mm-mm,
Working
Babs.
the game is different than hanging out with me and Slay.
Yeah, see, you ain't really just being Babs. See, you need to get engulfed in the culture. And it's our responsibility to bring it up.
Listen, she'd be
Now, see? My
she'd
boy
be
feeling me.
she,
Listen.
she'd be slick fried for a minute.
Every bit of it.
For a minute.
Yeah, and then it wears off. Then we go and we focus on the game. We soak up everything, the atmosphere and everything. Then we get slick fried again. So it's about 3 phases of slick fried going on up there.
And right now we're working on double slick fried.
There you
Right
go.
there.
That's it.
And now They sell beer in the stadium.
Oh. Ooh.
The lines are long.
I mean, depending on where you're sitting, I think I got some good seats, so we're gonna take care of Babs. Babs, we get straight to the front of it.
Slay's got the hookup.
I do got the hookup. But Babs, this is what I'm saying. For you to say,
hot mess.
I don't know about this little orange, or this, what she say, this
shade of orange.
This shade of orange, which everybody else thought it was gonna be something else, but we knew it wasn't because we all were gonna keep our jobs. But Babs, you got to get up there with us. It's a totally different experience. Do you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. Because don't make me call Mr. Enthusiastic. And Hunk.
Real quick, speaking of Mr. Enthusiastic, Hunk just pulled this. This is the new Texas Tech coach. They get rid of Wells during the middle of the season. I met that guy.
Okay.
I like that guy. They didn't like him from the jump because he wasn't one of them. This guy is one of them. Texas high school football, Baylor, big recruiter. He comes to the podium. Before he even starts talking, he loses his mind. Listen to this.
This is incredible. My daughter wouldn't let me forget this if I didn't start it this way, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna back up so I won't be so loud, but we're gonna start this thing off right. Raider! Raider! Man, I've been waiting all my life to do that.
How about that, Slay?
I tell you what.
If you were a Red Raider, you'd be all in on that.
That's like Ron Slay. That's a version of Ron Slay.
If Slay
right
got
there.
the Tennessee football job,
I was going to have to be 2 press conferences.
You'd be like, the Smokies on the prowl.
Hey, man, ain't no telling what I come in wearing, what I come in doing. I'll probably crawl in there. I'll probably crawl in there like a dog and have Smokey walking beside me. Like, just to let them know, like, we both on the prowl. It ain't just Smokey alone no more. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's Texas Tech's coach?
Yeah.
Wow, Babs, and you going there this weekend?
Yeah.
If he don't have that enthusiasm, I want you to smack him.
I think I should chat with him during the game at some point. So
You got to, Babs.
yeah.
And
You know what else he said?
What?
He also said, we're going to play defense here at Texas Tech now.
Why?
Because in the past, they have struggled to do that here and there.
Well,
and honestly,
everyone in the Big 12.
Well, yeah, but this year they struggle to play defense in their losses, and they're actually pretty good defense in their wins. So I don't know where you find consistency there, but anyway.
Somewhere.
I mean, they have a winning record. That's the funny part about firing that dude now.
Man, that was fired up right there, boy. He said, "I'm a step back."
They're 5-4. They play 6-3 Iowa
so
State.
Slay's like spirit animal right there.
Guess what though? He knows himself, dude. Because I didn't know this at the beginning. Remember, I used to be doing the wash away toast with the mic right here, screaming. I used to be like, "Hey, you know we got
pull
speakers.
it back."
Yeah, you don't have to. So now I don't even use a mic. I just let
Oh,
Babs.
I just hold it like far away from
See-
you. Yeah.
All right, Todd Fuhrman
Knows
joins
them.
us now on 3HL. Todd, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing very well this afternoon, guys. How you holding up?
We're good. We just played the audio from the Texas Tech coach when he got the job. That guy's really enthusiastic. Don's working that game against Iowa State. Go ahead and break that one down for us.
Well, I mean, Don, I think the real question is, will you get Joey McGuire that one-on-one interview with him who's taken over? We know Sonny Cumbie obviously serving as an interim head coach to finish out the regular season. When you look at Iowa State, they just haven't shown enough consistency for me, laying points on the road, especially double digits. We know West Texas can be a difficult place to play in Lubbock, but you do wonder about where this Texas Tech team is. Players obviously playing for the interim head coach and trying to work for jobs for next year. Lean towards Texas Tech plus the points, but not a game I've really done a whole lot of digging into.
I like it.
At Todd Fuhrman on Twitter.
Fuhrman.
Bet the Board podcast, which I haven't listened to yet, I must admit, dropped today with the college football stuff. NFL tomorrow, so you need to subscribe there. Let's jump into SEC football, Todd. Texas A&M at Ole Miss. Texas A&M by 2.5. Is that a money line waiting to happen for me for Ole Miss?
You know what? I can't make a case for the Rebels here, and the reason I can't, Brent, is mainly because of the concern I have with some of their skill position talent. I mean, this is a receiving core that's been extremely banged up. I mean, John Reese Plumlee was arguably their number one threat last week against Liberty, and they were relatively fortunate, despite building that 24-0 lead, to be able to get to the window, given some of Malik Willis's poor judgment late in that game. When you dig into this Rebels team, they're actually a run-first offense, and the problem I have with that right now is that Matt Corral hasn't been as valuable a running threat as he was in that 30-carry performance against Tennessee. So if I'm A&M, and I know I'm going into the Grove, a spot where Ole Miss has one of the nation's longest, or one of the SEC's longest home winning streaks, you have to try and make Corral prove that he's willing to take the football and run with it. if you're not going to eliminate him from any of the read option stuff and some of the RPO game plan. But on the other side, Ole Miss is going to have to change its stripes from a defensive standpoint. This has been a rush 3, drop 8 type approach all season long, bend but don't break mentality. The problem for that is Texas A&M is more than happy to run the football. They'll take what you give them every single snap. We know Zach Calzada is maturing as A&M starting quarterback, but still very much a game manager at this point. I just think A&M playing too well defensively, and I think they're too balanced on the offensive side to lose this game. But I made the game right where the number sits or thereabouts, so I don't see a strong case to be made for either side here.
I want to ask you about this game. New Mexico State at Alabama. I think it opened at Bama by 53. Like, that's unbelievable to me.
Yeah, the biggest question here is when does Alabama call off the dogs? That's what you're working for in this particular spot. We've seen Alabama in these kind of point spread situations in the past, not willing to go out there and absolutely win games 77-0. So as painful as it would be, the only way to look at this particular game is to back the Aggies. Don't watch the football game. Hope if it's 45-0 at the half that Alabama starts taking knees midway through the third quarter on into the fourth. I just think Alabama knows they have much bigger fish to fry. I don't expect to see the starters long. And to Nick Saban's credit, he's never really shown an appetite like some head coaches in college football to really run it up when they take on inferior foes.
Lane Kiffin.
How do you really feel, Slade?
Lane's numbers are nowhere close to what we've seen from Steve Spurrier and even Bob Stoops back in the day. They knew exactly what those numbers were when they were laying big price tags. And the other coach who was very cognizant of knowing what the point spread was when they were heavy favorites was actually Bill Snyder when he was starting to turn things over at Kansas State. When they would take on teams from the Sun Belt and FCS opponents, they would oftentimes hang 55, 60 points in those games and leave their opponents begging for mercy by the time that clock hit 000.
Well, Dan Mullen, before he just drove the cart right off the side of the cliff, he did it against Tennessee. He was passing the ball late to get that extra touchdown.
Yeah, he was, and that's when Joe Milton came into the game and decided he'd throw the ball into the second deck rather than trying to sneak balls backers into the back door.
All right, Todd, War Eagle. I would think that Auburn is probably a hard team to wager on because you just don't know what the heck you're going to get.
Well, I think when you look at this Auburn team, they've obviously been much more dynamic at home than they have been on the road. I know they have that big road victory against Arkansas and LSU this season, so they've kind of banished a little bit of that notion that they can only do things at Jordan-Hare. When you look at Mississippi State, we know that they want to throw the ball more than any team in the country in terms of their passing percentage. There's no balance to speak of in this Mike Leach offense, and Will Rogers has kind of taken to it. We've seen him make major strides in his development in the second year in the system. Meanwhile, Auburn defensively, they've made great adjustments, and they were outstanding last week against Texas A&M. They didn't give up an offensive touchdown despite coming up on the wrong end of that decision. I think Auburn's defense can make the difference in this spot, but I'm not itching to lay 5.5, 6 points with the Tigers here. Wouldn't shock me at all if we were talking about a game somewhere in that 24-20 range, which has me leaning under more so than attacking a side.
All right, Todd. Now, you've been doing a great job with me these last couple of weeks. Now, ain't no need in jumping out the car now. Just ask me to pull over, let you run in and use the bathroom and check. You can trick me a little bit on this. So, Tennessee and Georgia, what you going to do? You jumping out the car and walking, or you just a little pit stop?
Well, I'm not wrong. I'm going to call for an outright upset here. So if that's what you're hoping for, you're going to be a little bit disappointed. I do think Tennessee is the only way to look, though, from a point spread perspective. And the reason I say that, when you dig into Georgia's resume, we know how dynamic this defense has been. I mean, they're giving up a shade less than 7 points per game. I mean, they're doing things that we haven't seen for 15 to 20 years in college football. But then you dig into the list of opponents that they faced, and you can't really find a living, breathing passing offense that they've gone against, with maybe the lone exception of the Florida Gators. And that was a game that was very close up until the waning moments of the first half before Florida imploded. But Kentucky, Auburn, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, South Carolina, UAB, Clemson, none of those teams in their current form have the dynamic passing attack that Hendon Hooker is going to bring to the table in Neyland over the weekend. I'm not sure that if they go 3 and out early in the game, that's going to set up all that well, knowing that the defense is going to be physically beaten and battered. But at the same time, I think Tennessee will be able to score some points, much like they did against Alabama. I think the over is very much in play, and I lean towards the Vols catching those generous points.
And guess what, Todd? See, so going in there, use the bathroom, tinkle a little bit, come on back, you know what I mean, get in the car, we rolling.
Well, Slay said yesterday, if Tennessee covers, that's a win for him.
Yeah, that's all
and
I
he's
need.
going to celebrate as if.
Yep.
I mean, Slay's looking for reasons to celebrate every little step in the right direction for UT football right now. I'm starting to worry that he's lowering his standards too far, and that somehow, Slay is going to go from his high horse with wins against Kentucky and a potential cover against Georgia to being completely devastated if a third-string quarterback for South Alabama disrupts their hopes to get to the postseason.
Todd, let that happen, Todd, and you'll have to be able to call this show with two people. I ain't gonna be no good for about a month. I'm telling you.
Man.
Todd, Michigan and Penn State. What do you think?
Yeah, this game is a tough one for me to figure out because I really don't know what either of these teams are, despite, each of them having already played 9 games. You look at Michigan, they were done in by the vertical passing game of Michigan State, but, obviously they built a 16-point lead and just weren't able to make it last. The problem for the Wolverines is they're extremely banged up right now. If you handicap the game on Wednesday, no reason to believe that Blake Corum will be available to try and run the football. He was in a boot after leaving the Indiana game with just 1 carry. Eric Hall, the team's top tight end, banged up as well. I do expect him to play, but how effective he'll be, that remains to be seen, and the laundry list goes on and on. Meanwhile, on the other side for Penn State, they just can't run it at all, so I think it makes it easier for Michigan to try and defend, 1 to 2 players in Jahan Dotson and Parker Washington. We've seen Michigan historically struggle at Beaver Stadium. I believe if they were to win Saturday, it would be only the second time since 2006. The market has been interesting here with Michigan opening as an underdog, now moving to the 1.5 point favorite. I mean, this is a game that I'm not going to bet with Slay's money, so I'm not going to come with strong convictions one way or another.
All right, Saints at the Titans. What we got?
Well, this game, I think it's the buyer beware with Tennessee. I mean, going from the role of being the hunter to suddenly the hunted after winning 4 straight games outright as an underdog, despite yards per play metrics that don't suggest the Titans should be a 7-2 football team right now. The problem being for the New Orleans Saints is I'm not quite sure that they can really attack in space the way you need to be effective against this Titans defense. You look at Trevor Siemian, he struggled last week, at least for the first half, started to get things going in the second half. But all indications point to Alvin Kamara being banged up. We saw he missed practice today. I have to imagine he's going to be available for them, but how effective that remains to be seen. If I'm getting involved in this game, it's not betting aside. I think defense can dominate. I think the Titans are going to struggle mightily to move the football against this Saints defensive front, and we're talking about a contest with the first team to 20. So if you like aesthetically pleasing football, you're not going to like this one. Under for me.
Is there a game that you love this week, Todd, in the college football world or maybe the NFL?
NFL is still doing some digging there, so haven't quite arrived on a couple of decisions. We did offer up a best bet in the Big Ten, so encourage all the 3HL listeners out there to tune into the Bet the Board podcast to get that breakdown for not a marquee game, but one that'll have some impact as far as the Big Ten West race. You know what? Let's go right back to the building we were in last week, where we liked Memphis plus the points to upset SMU. I think water's going to meet its level here, and this is an East Carolina team that's kind of flown under the radar over the last couple of weeks. They've actually been one of the better defenses as far as Group of 5 teams in terms of improving their overall profile since the start of October. Holt Naylor's a more than capable quarterback of getting this team going, and all of ECU's talk is, over the next 3 games is to try and find that one victory that'll allow them to get back to the postseason for the first time in a while. I think they can pull off the outright upset, so I'll take the Pirates plus the points at the Liberty Bowl. I think Memphis struggles this weekend.
There you go, Todd Fuhrman on Twitter, at Todd Fuhrman, if you've got a question about a game. Also, he mentioned that pick. That's on the podcast, Bet the Board podcast. It's out now. Subscribe, rate, review, all those things. Thank you, Todd. Appreciate it.
You got it, guys. Best of luck with your picks this week. And, Dawn, enjoy your trip to lovely Lubbock.
Thanks, Todd.
All right, there you go. It's Todd Fuhrman. All right, when we come back, we'll dive into some more stuff. We'll figure out where Slay was this afternoon, too.
Yes.
And maybe go at Babs again for her lack of orange wardrobe.
Just lack of being wrong on that one.
We'll be right back. Barrels and Brews in Franklin, Murfreesboro Road, actually Highway 96, in the old Shoney's building. Come by and see us. Register to win Tennessee, Georgia tickets. We're going to draw names at 5:30. You've still got time to get your name in the box there, and come shop. We'll be right back.
Your home for a new home loan. That would be Loan Pronto. Home values are skyrocketing, and so now's the best time to take some cash out of your home's equity. And I'm talking big time, 60, 70, 80. Some people are even getting $100,000 out because your home's equity is huge right now in this area. If you call now, Loan Pronto can even pay your closing costs for a refi. It's so easy, and you walk away with a big check that might help you consolidate some other loans, pay for some holiday expenses, allow you to get your finances in great shape for 2022. Your home's value is up. Get a new mortgage rate with an APR in the twos. Now's the perfect time to access the equity while rates are still really low. And Loan Pronto's refis can close in 2 weeks. The process is so easy. Go to loanpronto.com. That's where I started when I did it, filled out all my information there, and it was really simple. Loan Pronto. Give them a call now. Put that equity in your home to work towards financial freedom. You could even skip your next 2 house payments. How much would that help? Call 615-499-5780. That's 615-499-5780, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval. Not all loans apply.
What's up, people? You know who it is. It's me. And what do I have to tell you? Let me wonder. It's about to go into the weekend. You got to go out and have dinner. So maybe you got to cook in. Maybe you want to be on the porch because it's a nice fall night right there around 50. And guess what? You can get a nice bottle of bourbon. But where you going to go to get it? Red Dog Wine and Spirits. Yes, that's right. You heard the dog barking, so you know it's real. It's me, Ron Slade. I'm telling you about Red Dog Wine and Spirits for one reason and one reason only, because that's where I go. And I would like for you to go where I go because I haven't been let down yet. The reason being because they have 20 years of expertise over there. And they never let you down. Try before you buy. If it's not up to your liking, you don't even have to get it. They'll point you in the right direction, man. Go where I go. Red Dog Wine and Spirits, Riverside Drive in Franklin, Tennessee, next to Publix off Highway 96. Online anytime at reddogwineandspirits.com. Listen, when you go in there, tell them, I'm in the building. You know the rest. Red Dog got you.
3HL 1045, the Zone. Out and about today. We're in Franklin. Barrels and Brews.
We got this
thing.
brother.
My man came in to give us some props, which we always love.
Yeah,
it's from New York.
Yeah.
You can
But
hear
he's
it.
been here 15 years.
And that's why I asked, because you can hear it kind of leaving.
It's dialed back a little bit.
You know what they told me, though, man? When I was in Italy, they was like, man, you from the southern part of United States, huh? I said, how you figure that? I said, they were like, man, because you talk the way our southerners talk, with that drawl and everything like over there.
They have the same thing?
Yeah, mine wouldn't leave. Like, as long as I've been over there, mine wouldn't leave.
Nope.
I tried to correct it a little bit and everything because, talking with Italian and that ain't no good.
Remember when we were talking with Frank Caliendo, and he thinks that he could get your voice down if he heard enough of it. But he said, you talk, this was like off air. He said, you talk, and your accent is way more Southern than most people from Nashville.
Mm-hmm. That's because we're a melting pot now, too, though.
Yeah, we are.
There was a lot of people running around sounding like me at first. All of them gone.
Except for Slay.
There's just the only one here.
Slay's the one and only. That's for sure.
Kind of a special afternoon over at Innsworth.
Yeah,
Is
man.
that what was going on?
And then around the nation also. It was signing day.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, it was special. I had a kid I've been working with, a young lady now, Camille Collier. She signed to go to Lipscomb. Man, that journey started at 8th grade, and it did not look like it was going this way at first. But, man, you get a ball of clay like that and able to sculpt it and them to buy into what you're investing into them, and this is the reward. Like, that's, hey, man, that was big time. And then when I walked in, my uncle / mentor works over there, David Whitfield. So I walked in and sat beside him, and he was like, man, I'm glad you made it. I was like, why you said that? He said, man, I asked Camille, like, are you excited about this? And I texted this morning like I wasn't going to be able to make it. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, she said, yeah, it would be great. Just my man ain't here. So then I walked in. I was like, man, that's what's up. So I'm going to tell you what, Babs, if you can, so salute to everybody. Malik Deal also signed at Vanderbilt. Kid we've been working with since I think his sophomore year. So big time signing. And everybody else across the nation is signed. But
it's a life-changing day for a lot of people.
It is, man. Parents and everything. Like, you just saved your parents $100,000 plus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I tell all parents, man, if you can, invest in your kids. Like, do your homework on who they're going to work out with and mentor and all that. But if you can, I promise you, in the long stretch, it's going to save you headache, time, money, and everything else. And it's going to be well worth it, man. It was great.
And help develop your kids.
Exactly. So you
help them grow.
Yeah, you might need to miss that 1 month of buying Jordans, or buying a Xbox, or buying something like. Just miss 1 month and take that $200 and invest in something that they can do twice a week. I promise.
Yeah,
world of different.
Well, and you teach life through sports.
Yeah,
too. That's the thing about kids sports. But a lot of kids wouldn't even go to college if not for the athletic route. So.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it.
We have a couple over at CPA. Langston Patterson is going to go to Vanderbilt to play linebacker, four-star linebacker. His brother's at Kane is at Clemson. Mm-hmm. And then Cade Law, the quarterback over at CPA, is going to play baseball for Tim Corbin. He's a catcher.
Talk about develop.
That's big time.
Yeah, great kids, great families. So
Corbin's about to give you all kinds of life lessons.
Exactly.
No doubt.
That is a great feeling, though, man. I wish I was driving over here and I was listening to the show, and I said, man, like, I woke up not in a bad mood, but in a little funky mood. You know what I mean? I said funky.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, funky mood.
Yes.
Just making sure that
there's an
across
in
clear.
there.
Yeah. Okay. But
you put the fun in funky.
There you go. But to see something like that, man, like, something should happen every 3 days. So to the people, listen, if you can do one good thing for somebody every 3 days, you ain't got to do it every day. It could change their perspective on life, situations, whatever it may be. And hey, man, do that. Because I'm revitalized and I'm ready to roll. Let's do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And Babs, you checked me today. I ain't gonna tell y'all about that, but Babs checked me. That's my girl. Give me some.
Love you, Slay.
Yeah. Mayor just always riding, you know what I mean? So I ain't gotta give him I talk to him all night anyway.
Well, I mean, she hit you pretty quick on that.
Yeah,
so
you didn't get a chance.
I was in the middle of typing like, well, see, this is how this works.
Yeah.
But
you got to get checked, man. It's part of it.
Babs is she's all in. All right, when we come back, the 5 o'clock hour is devoted to you. So we got Titan Saints, we got Tennessee, Georgia. We got a couple of other big games in the SEC. Florida with Samford coming up. They need it. Lots to discuss. We'll do it next. Again, broadcasting live from Barrels and Brews in Franklin. Come by and see us. Say hello. Do some shopping. Get your name in the box. Giving away Tennessee, Georgia tickets.
Name in the box.
Get your name in that box. Don will sing to you, and you might win Tennessee, Georgia tickets. That's what's up. We'll be right back.
All right, let's talk about Zero Res. Maybe you have some family coming in for the holidays and your carpets are dirty, filthy. Area rug. We're sitting on a beautiful area rug right now here. Maybe yours is dirty. Guess what? Zero Res can help you out. Insanely clean carpets. That's what they offer. And they do it with powered water. No soap, no residue, no harsh chemicals. You don't have that nasty smell. None of that. And you know, it's safe. Those of you that listen to 3HL, you're well aware that I have 4 crazy dogs that go outside, run, roll in the mud, and then come on back in the house. Yeah, Zero Res, they're my heroes. They can come and clean your carpets, and that no chemical means pure safety for those 4 rugrats that run my house, and the 5th rugrat, my little girl who also runs my house. So no harsh chemicals. I know it's safe for my family, my pets, and all of that. Maybe you need to get your carpets clean before everybody comes into town for the holidays. Maybe you're hosting. Call Zero Res. They'll help you out. ZeroResNashville.com is the website. And right now, if you tell them Dawn sent you, restrictions may apply here, but if you tell them Dawn sent you, they get 3 rooms, or you can get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned, plus a free hallway. For $119, that's it. $50 off of air duct cleaning. They do that as well. Just tell them you heard about them on 3HL, and they'll help you out. Here's your phone number, 615-535-9376. That's 535-9376. You can book online, ZeroResNashville.com.
Baseball player over at Franklin High School, A.J. Russell, signed with Tennessee today. Getting notes from people is so exciting for kids and families and all of those things. Action247.com. Sports betting is legal in the state of Tennessee, and this is the only legal local sports book in the state of Tennessee. I use these guys. You should too. Check them out, action247.com. Download the apps. They're up and running as well. That's how I do things. I was just checking on a little basketball activity, going Grizz minus the 4.5 and Golden State minus the 7.5. Steph Curry with 50 and 10 the other day. They're red hot at 9-1, which actually gives me pause, but going to do it. Those are 2 for tonight. Also, the Fighting Blaine Bishops going Ball State minus 2.5 tonight in football. So those are 3 picks from me. Action247.com is who I use. That's who I go through, and that's where my account is. And I would love for you to check them out. They've got prop bets, everything you need, player props, team props, everything you need as a full-service sports book. They've got you covered. Action247.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789.
Good evening. I'm Joe Honk. The injury report is out, but before we get to that, some things that you need to know from Titans practice today, including the fact that Chris Jones has been added to the active roster. We're talking about the defensive back there. Christian Fulton has also returned to practice after being on the IR. He is technically still on the IR, but that is good signs for him. We do not know if he is going to be playing on Sunday. As far as the players that are on the injury report with the Saints, the most notable name is Alvin Kamara, who did not practice today and will be monitoring if he is going to be available for Sunday. As far as the Titans are concerned, there's a lot of players that didn't practice today. Torrey Carter, Dane Cruikshank, Bud Dupree, Chris Jackson, Harold Landry, as well as David Long, Craig Maben, and Jeffrey Simmons. That's just the list of that did not practice. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL on 104.5 The Zone. What up, Nashville? Brent Doherty, Don Davenport. What up, Don?
Hi.
And there he is. He's Ron Slay.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. Hey, I'm in the building. 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 I'm in the building.
Slay had an appointment today, announced his presence about 4:17. Didn't need a microphone for the first 5 minutes he was on the air as he was going at Don Davenport, who is shocked. Shocked, I tell you. The Tennessee fan in droves believes that the Vols are going to beat Georgia on Saturday.
Droves.
It's amazing the confidence level of Tennessee fan right now.
Hold on, whoa.
It's amazing, Slay.
Okay.
The confidence level of Tennessee fan right now.
Listen, I love cars with no roof. Y'all know that. In the spirit cars no roof, mental cars no roof, physical cars no roof. What other kind of cars no roof?
I don't know, but this car with no roof has smoke coming out of it. I don't know what's going on. Tennessee against number 1 Georgia, 20.5-point favorite.
Mayor, I'm going to get on out here with them. And I'm going to tell y'all, ain't going to be no 20-point rule in this. Ain't going to be no 20-point rule in this. 17 is where I draw the line.
Alan Bell said that's really about where the line should be.
Seriously.
But he said what the sportsbook have learned is that the public's going to bet Georgia no matter what, so they can get a few extra points out of them. So they're up to 20.
So I might need to throw like $2-3 on Georgia on that 20 points.
No, the other way. You're right to think Tennessee.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
So Todd Fuhrman said these words. He said, "I'm not picking Tennessee to win, Slay. Don't get excited."
He did.
But Tennessee is the only way to look from a point spread perspective. That was his quote.
Well,
Chris Lowe came on this show on Monday and didn't do anything to damper Tennessee fan who thinks Tennessee's going to pull the upset hopes. Chris Lowe said, I've been talking to people around the league. Tennessee just does things differently on offense, and it's really an issue.
Hey, man.
And that he thinks that Tennessee will score points on Georgia. And he's not saying same thing. He's not saying they're going to win, but that it could be Georgia's first kind of problem this season.
Hold on, Mayor.
She's just waiting over there.
Sick of
She's just waiting
looking at me like that with that look like, y'all want me to say something?
You know,
I ain't gonna say nothing. I know it. Quit giving me the Mama Babs look. This ain't Baby Babs over here.
It's almost like you've been out after curfew.
This
You just came into the living room.
Yeah.
And she's just looking at you with that side eye.
Like, hey, man, this is what I'm saying.
You can't really be thinking that this is a good idea, Slade. That's what
That's exactly what it is.
That's a great description.
But, okay, so y'all want me to get out here and say that we're going to lose? I'm not going to say we're going to lose either. But I ain't going to say we're going to win either.
Okay, but let's get into the technical football talk of it.
Let's
do
it. Yep.
Why does Tennessee fan think that Tennessee can beat Georgia?
Okay, so I'll speak for me, and hopefully I can speak for a lot of them.
Perfect.
I asked you guys, I don't know, was it last night or this morning in the text, how long, after what Kirby Smart said came out,
yes,
how long does it take for Georgia to adjust to the speed? Florida, they didn't all the way adjust in the swamp. What happened was those drives didn't get sustained because it was drops. Now, that was early in the season. Alabama, the same thing. They didn't adjust until going into the fourth quarter. With that team, the war of attrition kicked in. I don't believe they have the same potent style of offense on Georgia's side of the ball. Now, their defense is different. Man, listen, all of them are going to play on Sundays. Jayon Brown said the same thing, like, the backup's probably going to get in there on Sunday. It's amazing to watch. But the optimism comes in knowing that these guys are open against not only great coaches and great talent, that combined. You know what I'm saying? So, and on the road doing this. So at home, we've seen them not waver under the pressure. All it is we keep saying, Hendon Hooker, man, that man is calm back there. Not the flat foot calm like Milton and launching into space, but the flat foot calm. Oh, let me see. Oh, boom, bam, there it is.
Listen, when Milton's playing quarterback, everybody's got to be in protective gear in the first 10 rows.
This is a fact. This is like, what was the comedian that used to have the fruit and bash it and it splatter all over the people? Gallagher. Yeah.
Is that Milton right, Kirby? Yeah,
Milton is Gallagher, but you know what I mean? That's no knock to him. That's he's a legend in the comedic world.
Great.
No, I'm just saying.
All right, let me ask you, do you think this is fair?
Okay.
This is where I could take a step back and kind of see how this is going to go. Tennessee will not be able to run the football against Georgia straight up with the running backs. Hendon Hooker might have some success because Georgia hadn't really seen that except for Florida a little bit. But Florida decided late in the first half that they were going to finish the season and they were done. So there's that. So that puts you behind the chains. That puts you in 3rd and long. That's not where you want to be against that Georgia defense. Now, can Tennessee hit explosive plays? The answer, I believe, is yes, because Georgia plays straight-up defense. They're not gaming anybody. They're not throwing anything exotic out there. They're rushing for. So I think if given time, which is another issue, I think Hendon Hooker can hit some explosive plays. That's why I think Tennessee can score against Georgia. Now, I go back to my Georgia is the Python theory. I started with Michael Myers in the Halloween season, which I think is really accurate too. But Georgia's not the cobra that's just going to bite you in the neck and you drop dead immediately.
Yeah.
Georgia is the python that will squeeze the life out of you. So that defense puts pressure on you. They played the field position game. They get 20 yards here, punch you deep. You punt it back to them at the 50. They get 20 more yards. They kick a field goal or they score a touchdown. That's kind of how they work it. If Tennessee can take care of the football and if they can jump on Georgia early, then Georgia's dealing with something that they haven't seen all year. And that's a quarterback that's dangerous in the pass game and the run game, which, again, I get Florida, but they were going through quarterback issues, so don't give me that one. They're dealing in that scenario with playing from behind, which they haven't done, and they're dealing with a scenario where they're looking at 3 plays defensively per minute. And that's not – and Kirby said it, and coaches that Tennessee's played. I mean, Coach Stoops said it to Don Davenport. Like, you can't simulate that in practice.
Right.
So those 3 things lead me down a path that has Tennessee in this football game in the 4th quarter, but I think I'd be crazy to pick them to win.
Okay, all of that is correct. Except what I don't agree with, and the only thing I don't agree with is you said that Tennessee can't run against Georgia. The reason I think they can is because Velus will be on the sideline. I mean, it may be an inch of green between his shoe and the white chalk. And on that side, Peyton will be all the way over there.
So corners aren't making tackles.
Safeties aren't either. You got to choose. You can come down in this box and trust your guys on the island, which people have chosen to do.
They will.
And you will get – then the Slay will be running around with his shirt off again. But in this case, I think they stay base, and I'm not saying run the ball like they finna have a Missouri effort. I'm saying 140 yards, man. I don't think that's a big stretch when you got hat on hat. And all you got to have is a guy, use it against them going up the field, similar to what Aaron Donald did against the Titans. He was in the backfield so far, he couldn't make the tackle because he overran the play.
The only way Tennessee's getting 140 on the ground is if Hendon Hooker has like 70.
He's a part of the run game.
Well, okay.
That's all I'm saying. I think they run, and I think they running backs run the bang. Boom. I hit Babs with the Milton.
We have to take a break.
You want it, though.
She's got her hand up in the air like she's just class.
Can I just hit this real quick?
Yes.
I want to talk about the other side of the ball, okay?
Yeah.
Because there's an Amber Alert going on right now.
My phone is.
Yes. I want to talk about the other side of the ball because that Georgia offense, I get it. It's not explosive. It's not, all that impressive. That Georgia offense is way better than Kentucky's offense, though. Way better.
I agree.
And let me go ahead and tell you, was it 83, 84? I can't remember now, but Kentucky's tight end was open 4 times in that game, twice in the end zone, and Will Levis just never even saw him.
Right.
Wide open, nobody around. This Tennessee defense plays like 13 or 14 guys. It is the thinnest defense I have ever seen in the SEC, ever. It's amazing they lasted 99 plays on Saturday. So you guys can talk about your offense all you want, but defensively, I get this Tennessee defense came up big on Saturday with a monster stop when they needed it at the end. A gutsy performance. But Georgia's offense is better than Kentucky's.
Oh, no question.
offense.
Georgia's running the
By
football
far.
in Tennessee. That's the other part of that.
I don't disagree. I do not disagree.
All right, we'll talk more about it when we come back. Take more of your phone calls, 615-737-1045. Come join us at Barrels and Brews, the new location in the old Shoney's building in Franklin on Highway 96. We'd love to see you out here. 615-737-1045.
So February 24th, 2022, that's going to be a big day in Bridgestone Arena. And the reason is because the Preds are going to honor recently retired goalie Pekka Rinne. They're hanging his number 35 in the rafters. So well deserved. Don't you want to be there? Everybody wants to be there for this. And in honor of this night, the team did announce that they are going to put out a 35 Pekka plan. So it's a ticket plan that allows you as a fan to attend either 3 or 5 games during the season, and that includes that February 24th game against the Dallas Stars. Also includes a donation from your plan to the 365 Pediatric Cancer Fund presented by Twice Daily at Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. So everybody wins there, right? The 35 Pekka plan, the best way to get tickets to that historic event. I cannot wait. PEX is the absolute best. What a amazing night it's going to be. All fans in attendance, you'll receive a replica Pekka Rinne jersey retirement banner as well. How do you get in on it? NashvillePredators.com/Pekka plan. NashvillePredators.com/Pekka plan to get your plan today. Go Preds.
Hey, I want to tell you about a new brake repair service that I've actually been telling you about. You need to check it out if you haven't, called New Brakes. NewBrakes.com is the website, NUBrakes.com. Here's the thing. It is a mobile brake repair service where they actually come to you to fix your brakes, making it easy. We all have things to do. So let New Brakes send a certified brake tech wherever you are to fix your brakes. And that's not all. New Brakes is more affordable than getting your brakes fixed at a dealership or repair shop. They use premium brake parts. They warranty all of their work, so you know it's always done right. And they're backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. Go to the website, check it out. Really incredible service that they provide. NewBrakes.com. That's NUBrakes.com. Get an instant online quote. Choose your repair date. Then they come to you to fix your brakes. Convenience at its finest. Tell them you're a Zone listener. You'll get a 10% discount. It's NewBrakes.com. That's NUBrakes.com.
Hey, what's happening, people? You know who it is. I got something to tell you. You want to get a car? There's one place you need to go. That's Music City Autoplex. The selection is huge. That's one. For second, customer service is everything you would be looking for. 3, car ain't got no roof. That's what it is. So, people, I'm telling you what it is, man. I went in there, and I'm telling you what I did myself. I went in there, got my first automobile. Then I went back and got my second automobile. Do you hear me? And when you talk about low mileage, people think, okay, maybe they got 40,000, 60,000 miles on it. Man, my second car went in there and got used. It had 60 miles on it. Do you hear me? 60. 60 miles. Yeah. They mean exactly what they say. There are lots of late model, low mileage cars, and one of the biggest selections in Middle Tennessee. And they sell more than anyone. And I'm going to stand beside it. You hear me? 2430 Gallatin Pike. That's Music City Autoplex. You can go to musiccityAutoplex.com if you want to, or you can just walk on into the dealership. If you're ready to buy a car, don't even waste your time going anywhere else. Do what I did twice. Go to Music City Autoplex. Get your car.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay.
Hey, man.
I'm trying to find – we were talking about this yesterday. Tennessee will beat UT Martin. And they struggled early, but they beat UT Martin. But not by 35.5.
Right.
Because you're working through rotations and all of that.
Mm-hmm. And 28 was a lot.
That was true for a lot of big point spread ranked teams that I was paying attention to yesterday. So you might want to be a little careful about that stuff.
Like Gonzaga is a dominant team, and they didn't cover. LSU, who was only picked, I think, by 12 or 13, dominated University of Louisiana.
Yeah.
Like
Arkansas trailed Mercer.
Arkansas so did. Went down to Missouri, Conzo and them, they had a tough matchup like it. Hey, man.
So Kenny White, K. Whitey Vegas is his Twitter handle.
K. Whitey.
K. Whitey. Last night in college basketball, favorites of 13 or greater went 8-26 against the spread.
Wow.
That's it. Yeah. Can I apologize to Babs real quick?
Why are you apologizing to Babs?
I got to apologize.
What'd you do?
I told him, man. I told him. I told you, man, Kentucky was going to drop y'all.
Yeah, you did.
And let me say this. Y'all got the
You want to say
one of the top 3 players in
best?
the nation. Yeah, but Chet Holmgren out there in Gonzaga is serious.
Yeah.
But that young man,
is serious.
Paulo, I don't know how you say his last name, Benchero. Benchero. Thank you.
Paulo Benchero.
That man, whoa, he's a problem.
22-7.
And easy, man.
What about Sheboy for Kentucky? 17 points, 19 rebounds. That's like Moses Malone.
Man, just down there working. And then what's the kid, Keels?
Keels, yeah. Trevor Keels had 25 points.
Y'all guys, and that man, he need
for Duke.
He all right to be a little strong safety.
And then looking ahead to the SEC schedule, Wheeler, the transfer from Georgia, 16 points, 10 assists.
Man, he passing left. Man, SEC going to be fun.
All right, what was your breakdown of Tennessee?
Excited?
Oh.
Basketball.
I'm containing myself from talking about it.
This is a fun time of year because it's all the football games matter. We're at the end of the season. It's the start of basketball. It's a fun time of year.
Ain't no sleep. The holidays right around the corner.
Did you get a chance to go back and watch Tennessee yet?
I watched the first half, but I listened to the second half.
Because they've changed what they do.
Yeah. Yeah, and the floor is spaced more. You see so I'm impressed by the development, which we all know Rick Barnes and his coaching staff does. I'm impressed by the development. Olivier Kamwa, man, I was harping on and I know they may be listening, but they ain't listening, but I know something. I was harping on this man to get a hook shot. You are too athletic not to have a hook shot. That man got a hook shot.
Yeah.
Now he's stepping out in the corner, hitting the 3, the trail 3. Euros, who needs to decide if he's a rim protector or a paint protector, and it's going to be a problem when Fulke get back. Kennedy Chandler. Listen, people, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm not with all the one and done and hyping people up. That man shot 10 shots, and he had a dub. I'm going to tell you this. It was effortless. So enjoy this time that we have with him because ain't no seeing him after this, buddy.
He's one of only 7 Tennessee players to score 20 or more in their first game.
Vescovi getting to play off the ball. Looked much better. The backup point from New York, I forgot his name, but, man.
Ziegler,
thank you. Man, he is great to run the second unit. Again, when Vescovi gets to play in the second unit also.
The thing about Chandler is he got off a made basket up the floor and to the rim in 3 seconds. 3 seconds and drew a foul. They went underneath a screen and he popped a 25-foot 3.
Yeah.
He gets into the lane and makes interior passes in game 1.
Yeah.
He would have had 6, 7, 8 assists had some of those passes not gone to Euros, to be honest with you.
Right. But see, that's how unselfish he is.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the times when he's penetrating, and then I'm going to leave it alone. When he's penetrating, we used to see him with Jordan Bone, and we used to say, man, if Bone would just get in there and score sometime when he's in the paint, he would pull it back out and stay in the transition break. This man is weaving in the lane and using the big as a shield and going up and scoring. Hey, man. That is different. That type of pressure you can put on the defense where everybody got to collapse, that's why you see 17 threes because everybody got to run back to the lane.
School record.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, Rick Barnes on Buck Rising show today, if you missed that conversation, check out the podcast, 1045thezone.com. Rick Barnes said, why would I call a play if they're going to give us that shot?
Yeah, dude, what do we do practicing for?
But
shoot.
He would never have said that last year.
No. That wasn't it.
This year they made 17 threes in the exhibition game. They made 17 threes in the real game, which was a school record.
And let me tell you this, Brandon Huntley Hatfield is going to be an addition. But he has to realize, son, you're not in high school no more. You can't turn around just because you're taller than everybody and shoot over them. When you get to the SEC, that's going to work for non-conference. When you get to the SEC, you better be able to use them angles because he's not as athletic as I thought he was, but he is 6'10" and broad. So, woo, I'm ready.
All right.
Oh, I'm ready.
There's Slay Steak on Tennessee basketball.
Oh, I'm ready.
You know what else we're ready for? Another performance from Big Jeff. Big Jeff with 3 sacks. And again, he spun Matthew Stafford around, and Stafford ends up throwing the ball. If he doesn't throw the ball, that's 4 sacks in the first half. He was on with J. Mart and Ramon this weekend, a wide-ranging interview. Very, very good. Talking about the pressure that he and all of the guys can bring, especially the free agent from Indianapolis. Check this out. This starts with a J. Mart question, but this is a pretty cool thing.
I was joking with Ramon. Do you and Danico just sit around and try to compete to see who the most dominant Mississippi State interior defender can be?
You know what's crazy? We actually do. Every week me and Nico have a bet, and it's $1,000. And I think they just come from the mentality we both have. Just to try to be dominant, and the bet is we say whoever had the best stats, win $1,000. So it's kind of been back and forth, with Nico. Like, man, I got him like 2 weeks in a row one time, and that just, not even, with the team, like that's just something me and him, kind of do every week. And, we always joke around, and we talk a lot of, we sit right beside each other in the locker, even on game day, practice locker and all that. It's right next to each other. And, we talk a lot of smack to each other. We always talk about, bulldog this, bulldog that. But I understand, man. I told him after the game when they asked me about Nico, man, I don't think it's, just a privilege to be able to play against him. It's a privilege to be able to get all the knowledge from Nico. When I'm kind of get frustrated, or him getting frustrated, we can talk to each other. And I think that's just kind of one of the best things. I'm sure as Ramon, could relate to with being in their locker room. Being able to depend on some of your older guys, and sometimes the older guy could depend on the young guy. So I think it's just always great to have someone like that in the locker room.
I'm telling you, man, if they stay healthy, think about that down the stretch of the season with Bud even healthier, Harold Landry, Danico Autry.
So serious.
Big Jeff. I mean, Big Jeff and Danico have gotten to the point where plays aren't getting to Harold Landry.
Right. You are right.
And so,
oh man.
Another question, everybody. We've been talking about this too. Why can't people pronounce Kevin Byard's name? Somebody asked him about that. Check this out.
Oh gosh. Hunk.
Hunk was out of the room. Kevin Byard, Hunk. People were asking Kevin Byard about the pronunciation of his name. A lot of people have been talking about it. Byard, national guy wants to call him Byard. What did he have to say about it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they put just a lot of extra, put an extra Y in there, or I don't know. I remember when I was in park ball, my 1 year I played park ball, my coaches called me like Kevin Bynard. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he was just country. I don't know. He just put a lot of extra little stuff on there.
What are the other pronunciations you've heard? I know Luke went down a run, but
I've heard Bayard. Like I said, Bynard. I've heard Bernard. Yeah, I just heard a lot. I mean, I don't really know where they get it from. I don't know if it's like the teleprompter they just reading too fast. I don't know. Yeah, it's Byard. Just Byard. That's it. Like by and then yard. Okay.
Like the new Mariota.
Exactly.
Then nerd.
By and then yard.
Byard. Thank you. That's
Say
it.
fast.
That's all you gotta do.
Byard.
That's so funny.
How is it that hard though?
It's not.
Like nobody
really
gets it. Like none of the national media gets it right.
It with Mariota, you can see that,
That's
right?
The one
That's
I,
an easy.
I still don't know how to say it. How do you say it?
Mario.
Like
Mario.
Mario.
Mar.
Oh, Mariota.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Mariota.
Super Mario.
I would
Mario.
say Mariota.
But people still get that wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, it's not
Byard,
Luigi. It's Luigi.
Right.
right. But Byard is it's right there.
It's easy. Ben Jones is right there, too. Ben Jones talking about Adrian Peterson's handshake. Is that what we're going with there?
Oh,
Yeah.
funny.
Hard, but make sure you go up there and talk to him. Make sure you give him a firm handshake because he'll break your hand if you ain't paying attention.
How'd you find that out?
Yeah, I went up the first day and went to shake his hand. I was like, oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Don't injure him. Come on. You need him, Adrian.
I wonder, was that it was a clip when they were warming up, getting ready for the game versus the LA Rams, when Adrian Peterson walked out on the field and they were in the end zone and Tannehill was about to start doing some reps with him and handing the ball off to him, and he reached back to shake his hand. And I wonder, because Tannehill said something to him after, and they started laughing. I wonder, is that the same thing like Ben Jones that problem he ran into? That's interesting.
I mean, you have a really hard handshake.
Do I hit hard, though, because
yeah, I don't think I've ever, shook your hand.
Nah, I hug.
Yeah.
But if I
hug.
Yeah. If I shake your hand.
Like Jayon Brown. Jayon Brown's
such
a hugger.
Softy.
I mean.
Look at you, softy.
But then what,
I'm a hugger, too.
When you see me and my reps out and we haven't seen each other in a while, watch how we hit. It's like your hand will be red because I hit hard. Because that lets you know the love. Like, pow! If you don't hear if you're like, damn.
Yeah, so if it's 1 to 10, 10 means love.
Come on, man. I got to give you 10.
If you just half it,
yeah.
You don't really
That's
care.
why I don't really like this fist bump thing. So I used to do the fist bump
That's
in Europe.
a COVID
Yeah, no, I was doing it before COVID, though.
Okay. Well, I feel like it really came to fruition.
Yeah, without question.
COVID,
you know why I
don't
fist bump? Because
spread germs.
Right.
Everybody gets confused on whether to fist bump or not fist bump.
But now
I
they
do
do
it
this.
early. I do it early so you know it's coming.
Yeah,
but I'm with you. I'd rather hug you than do anything.
You want me to tell you
It's a
why
hell
I
of a line.
started fist bumping in Europe?
Why?
Well, you talking about some gross stuff. Oh, man. I'm talking about the Europeans, man. I love y'all.
You ain't touching their hands.
Hey, man, I'm talking about they'll sit right there digging their nose and then, hey, child, hey, how you doing? And try to kiss on you and, man, blow their nose. Man, there's some weird stuff going on over there, boy. Hey, man, I'm talking about, man, they'll be sitting here right here and then they'll stand up and, reach in their pants and, straighten themselves up.
Oh,
like
that German soccer coach.
Yeah. And mean it. And be hot at you when you don't shake their hand. Man, fist bump, man. I'm not, man. Now y'all know me as fist bump. Don't even think about now, man.
And the reality of it,
ain't no sanitizer. Yeah, they want hand sanitizing after that stuff or nothing, man. We gotta go eating everything.
Sticking in their nose.
Man, what? They
hand down their pants.
Man, you know the manners at the table. They would blow their nose at the table while you eating.
That's not very Southern.
Man, you hear me?
So they've got junk sweat on their hands and they want to shake your hand?
What? And, man, you know, at the dinner table, man, they pass everything. It's family oriented. And I love them. They love me. I love them. But, man, boy, that's why I used to bring my own sauces and stuff. Man, they get to pass it. Man, sit there, blow their nose. It's cold season, flu season, blow their nose at the table. Why they eating? Why you eating? Don't say, excuse me, man. Hey, boy, they get wild, boy. Huh. Hey, I'm telling you, man, I love them to death. I'm so glad to be back.
Wait, you spent 15 years
man,
there, right?
every bit of it. So I got used to it. Man, that's wild, boy.
Oh, questionable hygiene.
They would just grab your stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Google the German soccer coach. You'll see the mental image that I have rolling through my head right now. All right, we'll take Darrington when we come back. Sorry, D. Ron went on a European rant.
My bad, Darrington. Man, my bad.
We'll do that when we come back, and we'll draw some winners. Maybe Christian's already done it. I don't know, but we're giving away 3 pairs of Tennessee Georgia tickets. You never know what's going to happen on a 3HL remote. Barrels and Brews. We love these guys. We're so glad to be here for their soft opening, and they're excited to have their doors open to you guys again. Highway 96 in Franklin in the old Shoney's building. Come by and see these guys. This is an awesome store. We'll be right back. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. Go see my friends at Gupton. Daniel Gupton, the guys are ready to help you find that next new vehicle. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, they will help you out. Go take your test drive and go inside. They'll help make the numbers work. It'll be that easy. There will be no pressure at all. They simply want you in the vehicle that's right for you and your family. That's it. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Take 24 west to exit 35, straight shot to the best car buying experience you'll ever have. Whether you're looking for, as I said, a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, maybe a Sprinter, maybe you've got a lot of kids. You need that Sprinter. You can get it done there. They have a great selection. You can check it out online. GuptonMotors.com is the website. Go check out my friends at Gupton, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
All right, NFL season. God, it's flying by. I cannot believe how fast it's going. But there is a big Week 10 Monday night matchup. Division rivals, L.A., San Fran, FanDuel Sportsbook wants to make it even bigger for you. FanDuel's giving new customers 30-1 odds on either team to win. So what does that mean? It means $150 is what you can win on a $5 bet. Which side are you taking? Who are you interested in? I mean, you just got a big look at LA and what they do. I would go that direction. And when you win, by the way, you will get paid in as little as 2 hours. That's what FanDuel Sportsbook does. Number 1 rated sportsbook app in America. If you are already a FanDuel Sportsbook user, they want to hook you up too. All customers, you get $50 when you refer a friend, and your friend will get $50 too. Invite them using your exclusive referral link. That's on your refer icon there. Sign up, promo code DAWN, D-A-W-N, this week before the LA-San Fran game, and you can win $150 on a $5 bet. Don't forget to use promo code DAWN. 21 and older and present in Tennessee. New users only. $10 first deposit required. Must wager a designated offer. Market max bonus $150. Bonus for Tennessee users fulfilled in site credit within 72 hours. Tennessee site credit expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. Full terms. Sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call or text the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789.
CMA Awards tonight. Don Davenport will take that in, I'm sure.
Yes.
At least on some level.
On some level. Although, I am back to playing a little rec volleyball.
What?
And I have
what?
It's a terrible idea.
Babsy!
It's a terrible idea.
How do you just throw that out there?
I know. I
wait a
have my
minute.
first game tonight, and I'm not going to lie. I already feel like my hammy is already
Oh,
tight.
Babsy.
And I haven't even, like, I just
Soft
stretched
tissue.
a little bit this morning, like, trying to get ready for it. And I feel like my hamstring's already, like,
Is this men and women?
twisted. Yeah.
I can come play with your team?
Oh, heck yeah. Well, hold on. Can you hit?
What?
I mean, if you're
Man, I can dig.
if you're garbage, you're not on my team.
Babs, I'm cold. I can dig.
You
I might
can?
can't get up and spike that high, though.
You can block, though.
I'm definitely blocking. I can set. Babs,
It's set.
I need the knee
I
pads.
don't-
Like, I get loose.
I don't need you to set.
Yeah.
You need me killed.
I just
They need the small people to set.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you doing?
I just like to show my how, you know what I mean? What
I
am
haven't
looking- trying
played
to
in
say?
2 years, so
How versatile
we'll
I
see
am.
how it goes.
Yeah, you're versatile, all right.
versatility.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm
This
gonna have
woman-
to give you a tryout first, like
Okay, listen. Bring one to the bring a
because
ball.
there is nothing I hate worse than bad volleyball.
Oh
playing.
no,
need to
I'm-
film this.
Babs, look.
Okay,
We can't.
okay, no, that praying mantis, no,
That ain't it.
that's bad form.
That's old. That was the old form then.
That's
She looks
How
concerned.
do I hit? Show me how to hit, Babs.
I want to see a volleyball come to work.
Man,
That's
I'm
what I
telling
want to
y'all,
see.
man. Oh yeah, see the bump. That's the bump. Hit him with the bump. I know what.
I thought
see,
Hammer used to do the bump.
Yeah, hey man, I'm telling y'all, Babs now, but see, Babs,
gotta
you
try
caught with
you
your
out.
little thumbs. Your little thumbs sit right in your hands. Like mine don't really sit in there like that.
Now we're going to bump.
your,
bump, bump,
your platform
bump.
is quite a bit bigger than
I'm
mine.
saying.
So this woman walks in. She wants to take a picture of us. She waits to the break. Slay gets up. She goes, "Oh, I didn't know you were that big."
Yeah.
Hey, yep.
I
got
said,
it.
"He's twice of you."
This is
Well,
true.
I told her.
It's true.
That's a true story. All right, what were we going to do? Oh, we're giving away tickets?
Yep, we can give them away fast. You
But
ready?
first, volleyball?
Ooh.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, now back to the
Babs,
tickets.
have you ever been? You ain't told us about no practice or nothing.
I know. What are you
Well,
doing?
we don't
You
practice.
you
we just play games.
She just threw this out there.
I know.
She ain't talking about practice.
Yeah.
We don't practice. We're talking about practice.
Alan Iverson's the head coach.
Y'all
Just
say
show
a
up.
little prayer that I don't jack myself
No,
up
you
because
don't.
I
Don't
haven't
even
done
talk about
anything in 2 years.
I know. He's knocking. You're looking for wood. You're about
Yeah.
to fall over.
I will fall over.
Knock
right.
on it for me.
So we weren't giving away just one pair of Tennessee Georgia tickets.
Yes.
We weren't giving away 2 pairs of Tennessee Georgia tickets. We're giving away 3 pairs
Yep.
of Tennessee Georgia tickets because Vol fans are convinced that Tennessee's going to upset number 1 ranked Georgia on Saturday.
I ain't gonna be.
Somebody mentioned 1985. I was there
Were you?
when Tennessee defeated number 1 Auburn, unranked Tennessee, if I remember correctly.
Really?
And Sports Illustrated was there to do a story on Bo Jackson to put him on the cover. Guess who ended up on the cover?
Huh.
T-Rob.
Hey, Tony
After-
Robinson.
After a 38-20 shellacking
Wow.
of Auburn where Bo Jackson asked
They
to
gave
be
it to
taken
him.
out of the game.
Did he?
Asked. Stop.
That's real. Well, guess who may get to see this one?
All right.
The first person that to get a pair of tickets will be Karen O'Keefe.
Karen O'Keefe.
Yes.
All right. Congratulations, Karen.
The second person that's gonna get the tickets would be Daniel Payne.
Daniel, bring the pain.
And he got up there in parentheses taco.
That his name is Taco?
I guess.
Or
Maybe he likes tacos.
just-
Did he get tacos for the game?
He just likes tacos?
Maybe, I guess that.
So every
I don't
time he
know what
writes his
Christian-
name, he writes
I don't know
tacos?
what Christian asked him to put. And the third person, Laura Bryant. Is this our Laura that's on the chat?
Laura Bryant? I don't know.
I wonder is this our Laura? Laura, is this you and Laura Bryant?
We'll find out.
Okay. Well,
All right.
there's your winners.
All right. So
Chicken dinners.
Christian has called all 3 of them, right?
Oh,
Christian?
you already called him.
You already called him?
Christian.
He talked to one of them. So if you have a voicemail from Christian, you might want to check it.
Call him back. He found your name in the box.
That's well done, Slay.
All right. Darrington's going to close us out if Darrington
Uh-oh.
is still there. Darrington, are you there?
There we go, Jim.
Of course I'm there. You know this car ain't got no roof.
Yeah.
Slay, I got a question for you. Because you've been overseas, and I need to know. Because everybody keep picking on these foreigners in the NBA.
and they want to pick on the Joker, and his brothers ain't going for it. Man, what's going on, man? Because over there, they play tough over there. Why they keep calling this player soft?
No, guess what?
Y'all going to say at Memphis? Because I don't know if no help going to really come. Let me know.
Guess what, huh? I mean, guess what, Darrington? I don't know why I just
What's
said
up?
that.
What up?
This is what I'm telling you. Now, Western Europe, that's what they talking about, a little soft and things of that nature. Eastern Europe, where he's from, no, brother. I'm not. I told my agent, don't even ship me over there. If it's 800,000 and less a year, do not ship me over there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not going to Eastern Europe. They don't play that. They do not play that. So his brothers are for real.
Because his brothers don't be playing that stuff neither.
Man, his brothers are for real.
For the other twins.
Yeah, and the Mars brothers are from Philly. They for real too. But so something got to give.
So the Eastern European guys are tougher. Is that what you're saying?
Man, what?
Yeah, because of the socialism thing.
And they cool with getting knocked out and getting back up and fighting again.
They grew up waiting in lines for
Yeah,
bread.
they want it all. It's all the little smoke people talking about. Yeah, they want it. They've been seeing it all their life. Man, it's rough over there. I'm gonna be real. Eastern Europe ain't. Yeah, I'm cool on that. Never send me over there. No, sir.
Did they blow their hands and then shake your hand?
I stayed home a month longer because I was not going over there. Somebody else better call. I'm retired.
Wow.
Get me on the line. Wow. It's serious, man.
All right.
That's factual. I'm telling you want some more?
So
I can tell you some more. You want some more?
Games were supposed to go a certain way in some cases.
No, games go. No, that's here. Well, I told y'all I got a story in the spring for y'all about me being on the team in the South, man. And we wasn't supposed to win this game. We were not supposed to win this game. We won.
But nobody told you.
No. Man, but guess what? This certain official would come down there and y'all just gotta
wait till the springtime.
Y'all gotta stay tuned to 3HL.
Springtime sleigh stories.
South of Italy, boy. Nothing like it.
They're my favorite.
Our thanks to Barrels and Brews. You need to check these guys out on Highway 96 in Franklin, the old Shoney's building. They are awesome. Great selection, great staff. We appreciate them allowing us the opportunity to hang out here. And we'll be back at it tomorrow in studio, and it'll be Weekend Eve tomorrow.
Everybody pull up on Babs tonight and cheer.
Don't forget about me and my
Titans. If I find out where
Titans.
it's at, boy, it's on.
Hey, and tell her.
That's right. It's
Hunk Titans. Hunkerverse.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Hunk. Appreciate you. Thanks, Christian. Thanks, Kirby. Thanks, everybody. Barrels and Brews. Love y'all. Good night.
Come
God
check
bless.
it out. See ya.